Oh dear, I think I know what this is. You see, Stan, as you get older, things that you used to like start looking and sounding like shit. And things that seemed shitty as a child don't seem as shitty. With you, somehow the wires have gotten crossed and everything looks and sounds like shit to you. It's a condition called being a cynical asshole.
Oh no.
Yes. And there's no known cure, I'm afraid. Everything just seems shitty and everyone starts to seem shitty and everything they say just starts...
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
Yes, Mr. Sherman, everything stinks.
How dare you?
Why? He always does this. Just to rub it in my face. I can't even get out of this thing.
What? You got a Rancor too now?
His is bigger.
What?
Yes.
Yours has like big crazy horns and shit.
No, his is the cantina. His is the cantina.
Oh my god.
Edition.
Oh my god.
Listen, he has spikes. Listen, I'm not grateful. I'm very grateful for the adopted. He's got spikes. Look at him. Well, now he won't stop. See, he plays this game. Like I try to catch up to him, and then he just runs away. Stop running.
No, my brother is just the Tard Wrangler of the two of us. He has to lead us around and be like, come on, come.
Do you see his spikes? They're orange.
Yes, they are. Quite nifty. And yours has big, gnarly horns. What are you crying about?
No, his are orange.
No, I get that he has the like spikes around his back and stuff that are orange and everything, but you got big gnarly horns on the freaking head of the Rancor you got. Pretty cool.
No, his are orange.
Did you want what? You wanted orange? An orange spiked Rancor? Would that have made you feel a little better?
No. Where are we going? I'm hungry. There's stuff at a gas station.
Own your truth. You know, it was difficult. It was at first. I mean, you just cornered me like that and everything. But you know, it's a little liberating now to know I can like Star Wars in more ways than I ever imagined. Dave Filoni is the savior of Star Wars. KK is doing an amazing job. The people out there are just blind and can't see it. So yes, thank you. I can stop lying now.
Are you sure? Damn, that's not good.
When you get... Instead of just like trying to slap something out like the Star Wars experience and crap, but when you have, I'm sorry, it's true though.
No,
it's like
I just got back from. Oh, I just died.
I just watched that. It was hilarious.
How do I get back up there?
1 week later.
I don't know what I was doing, but from that angle, I just jumped.
You just walked right off the cliff. It was hilarious.
I don't know what I was doing, but I was like, that's funny. I was just like, do, and I was like over here, and I was like, woo. Oh, see, you thought I was gonna do it.
And he did it. All right.
Oh,
I missed it.
I was fully. I didn't know how to do it. I was just messing around.
Yeah, you.
W.
Oh, that was gold. That was.
Hello! We're here because we, love our planet.
Sign here on the dotted line, patriots.
What's that?
War were declared.
You're a pushy little bastard, ain't you? But I like
I like that.
Look on me. It's a culture in decline.
Yes! 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 Go home, gamer girl.
Fight.
You hate to do it, but at the same time, it's hilarious. Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Sith, and we've made it. Number 150. Let's freaking go. I'm your host, The Fractured Filter, and with me tonight is, as always, my friend, my compatriot in all the madness, my buddy, Hitman. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm excited. 150. 150. That is one more episode than 149, my friend. We've made it.
Indeed.
We've made it to 150. That is listen, for small time, people who like us who are doing that's a big number.
All these other people,
all these other people are like, oh, it's episode 2249. We're it's like, and they've been around, or they're they're superheroes, but not like 150. That is one.
It feels good. It feels good. That's for sure. I wish we kind of planned something special, but I think in our style and fashion of doing things, this feels right.
You don't need it. No, you don't need it. And I tell you why it's so big, right? Is because I don't think, and I'm not going to speak for you, but I didn't think we were going to get to 150. I thought it was just, two guys from, different parts of the country coming together talking about what we love. But I had no idea that it would grow to what it's grown to.
I know.
And yeah, so
it's wild, isn't it?
This is. But today's show, this is gaming, J Hitman. I've got my gaming hat on, which is different because I don't. Yeah, I typically don't have a gaming hat. I don't have a dog in the fight, as I would say when it comes to the world of gaming. But I'm ready to talk about some gaming stuff, man.
Oh boy! For once, Hitman's all riled up for some gaming. Let's freaking go. Maybe maybe we'll get a wild Chiefster joining us for some gaming topics. I don't know. We'll see.
Because your side of the fence is just being stupid.
My side of the fence.
Your side of the fence, yeah. Your people over there at old Sony just being stupid. Listen, that's not to say Microsoft.
I have no fight in that, no dog in that game, or whatever the hell it is. The saying is,
though.
Not my.
They're your people. I'm sorry. They're your roots.
Technically, my roots would be Nintendo.
Don't change your view just for 100.
No, if you're talking about the beginnings of where I started with gaming, it was with Nintendo.
No, you've always been PlayStation. Listen, everybody is entitled.
This is your created narrative now.
No, it's not. Listen, everybody has the right to be wrong, and I just choose to be right as an Xbox guy. So I mean. What's the chat say? Let's get to the chat. What's
Okay,
popping in the
okay.
chat?
Oh, wow. You okay? Right to the chat. Right to the chat. All right. So first in, Melissa Lord, how are you tonight? I hope you're doing well. Saying, hey, the fracture filter. Hope we got Nightmare. Hey, dude, how's it going? Saying, hey, Fractured. Hello. Hello. We got over on the kick side some dolphin porn pushers. Jog along. Tehaleem 29. Hello. Thank you for dropping by. Saying justice for purists. Yes. Justice for Star Wars Marvel Purist.
Are you sure those aren't? Are you sure that's not Dermy on Kick?
Pretty sure it's not Dermy on Kick, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, we'll get into that in just a moment as well. We'll knock that out of the park at the top. Hello, Greg hates everything. How are you tonight, sir? Saying so no to what? What do you mean? What are you on about, sir? Hello, Static. How's it going, dude? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going well. Saying yo. Okay. Brandon Tran, hello. Early in tonight. Let's go. How's it going? Saying hello, everyone. I made it tonight's podcast. Let's
Let's go.
Greg says he lost the pool when we hit episode 24. Oh no. Oh, you were betting against us? How rude.
I mean,
wait,
to be
were
fair,
we
I
even
started
really?
that poll.
Huh?
I started that poll.
You what?
I'm just kidding. Somebody was betting against us. I don't know who would do that.
I don't know either. I'm trying to think of even who we were interacting with at that time to have gotten anybody denying us making it past even 24.
Script Trooper? I don't know.
I'm just trying to think here.
Carl RNG of that.
We didn't even
guy.
know him then. Oh, come on.
Oh, okay.
I know you got your beef. Let's be
Well, he's
factual
only
here.
Let's be diplomatic. Okay, you're right. He started it.
Let's see. Because I mean, 40. What was it? Hang on. Where did we do? Okay, so episode 45. Episode 45 was the Andor season 1 special. Or the Andor season 1. That was for the finale. We gotten through the full season, and we had on Raging Rhino. We had Greg here along with us, and Script Trooper. And in between,
that may have been our greatest episode.
And in between there, we've had on people like Joker's Voice. We've had, of course, Static in the chat. We've had Brad on, Duke Devil 95, Wookie Be Bad.
Well, he's
Nerdy Neo's been on before with us for the Stargate watches. Why am I blanking? I'm blanking on it. Jason Fox, and also
we've had Tim and OG, but not on the actual show. I mean,
not on the actual show.
Yeah.
Spartacus.
Spartacus. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, it's gotta be Carl.
24. So episode 24 was when we were reviewing Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 5. Lucasfilm couldn't be bothered.
Davioso.
Oh, Davioso, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, bless his heart. We tried to have somebody that was a little pro for the Disney Star Wars and everything, and a little
pro.
Okay, he was very pro. Just to kind of, you know, add an extra dynamic to everything, but unfortunately, he just he
listen.
In reality, he mostly got busy with work. That's the truth of it, and he was changing jobs. So
yeah. I thought he just got tired of me ribbing on him for loving freaking Commander Rex. So I'm saying Commander Cody. I've never met anybody who loves Rex more than that guy.
That's a possibility too.
Huh?
Everything is possible.
I don't know who would have doubted us. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Other than Carl.
Shame on them. Shame on them for ever doubting us. Hey, we crossed episode 50. Then we crossed episode 100. We're now at 150. 200 episode
feel good
200,
after-
we will have to do something.
I feel good,
and we
after
will make it there.
72. Oh yeah, I feel good after episode 72. I was like, we could probably get there.
Yeah. Although, like it is this year, when we start hitting November, December, we will probably, and let's kind of,
We'll figure it out.
we'll either try and figure something out, or we might be taking another bit of a hiatus like we did last year. Just because for Hitman and I, it gets really crazy this time of year, or that time of year, whatever. So just as a warning,
Because Fracture's out there selling PS5 Pros to everybody. That's why it gets crazy.
let's not get started on that now. Let me get through the rest of the chat here. Brandon Tran saying, "What happened to Marvel's to Star Wars Marvel Purist, who is a regular on here?" We will get, I'll bring that up in just a moment. Star Wars Grant says, "Don't forget to hit the like button, please do, please smash that like button and all that jazz. And if you're watching on the sweet replay, like our boy Nerdy Neo is, please drop a comment. It does help you push us to the algo. And gosh darn it, we gotta harass some more people out there. We gotta get more ears. Come on, let's go." Duke Devil 95, how's it going, sir? Saying Hitman's wrongness is well known, as we see every Sunday night.
Okay. I forgot to mention the Bajorn Eminence himself.
I thought that was Adam.
Yeah, no, I think it goes to Brad. Wrongness? That's crazy. That I would expect that from a Bajorn sympathizer to call Cardassian wrong.
And yes, do free purist. If anybody hasn't already bugged and posted Marvel Purist's tweet out there, do so. Like I said, I'll be talking about it in just a moment. Taurus Grand with script looter. Oh no. Hayes, hello, SnapRyRy89. How are you tonight? Saying, how's it going, Fractured? Just dropping by and leaving a like. Much appreciated, brother. Hope you're doing well. See, Star Wars Scran says, Fractured turned up to my 1-year special, suited and booted. It was a good time, sir. A very good time. Oh no, we've ignited the script trooper. Not a lot of fans
Of script.
Yeah, there's been some drama. There's been some shenanigans going on, and script trooper. He's been kind of doing the burying himself sort of thing. It hasn't been good.
No, you address the Star Wars Marvel Purist thing. Maybe we should dive into that, because me not being on Twitter.
No,
okay, no, leave it. Let's bury it.
There's a couple of things that I do want to tackle really quick, and then we'll get into the gaming stuff, which is I'm thrilled to talk about.
Okay.
Greg says, episode 150, the one where Greg got them sidetracked with a number he randomly picked. Hey, that is the most and best fun we have around here, is random sidetrackedness. No?
Well played, Greg. Well played.
I just think that's how we just have fun around here.
Spend 15 minutes trying to figure out a number that just randomly was created.
Exactly. Brandon Tran says, don't know if this news is true, but did you hear Amazon's War of the Worlds is officially worst 2025 movie on same levels as Morbius? I didn't even know they did a War of the Worlds. When did that happen? What the hell? Wow, I'm really out of the movie
yeah, it's
loop.
with didn't Tom Cruise come back? They did like an AI version of Tom Cruise or something.
But he's saying for 2025.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nerdy Neo, how's it going, brother? Saying 1 week until the anniversary of the last time Hitman responded to me, but somehow he responds to Bloodbath right away.
Neil, I'm so glad you're on the show, bro. I'm sending you a DM right now. I'm actually on Discord, and I'm sending it off now.
Yeah, I kind of slacked on responding to Neo once, and I said, "Oh, sorry for pulling a hitman on you, but here's my answer."
You know, that's funny that you bring that up because I actually almost fell asleep on Bloodbath, and I pulled a fractured.
Oh, good times.
Good times. Neo, let's get something in the works this week. I'm so excited. This coming week, so pumped.
Brandon Tran says, not too many people saw War of the Worlds, but I just know it's Ice Cube meme goldmine. Oh boy. The best kind. Static says, YouTube already told him to get bent, it seems. Oh boy. Oh boy. Static saying no, it's okay, so Ice Cube is in this new War of the Worlds. Melissa Lord also pointing out Ice Cube sitting at a computer the whole time. LOL. It's so bad. Oh god. Oh no. We got Neo rolling in the chat. He's laughing. Duke Devil says no. It is War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. It's an Amazon movie, and Amazon stops the aliens that eat data. Makes Plan 9 from outer space look like Oscar material. Are you saying Plan 9 from outer space was not already Oscar material? How dare you, sir? How dare you?
You want to know what is Oscar material?
What's that?
Not Strange New Worlds, but Section 38 is actually better than Strange New Worlds.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Because really quick, because no, I won't go there. I'll get called a racist. Never mind.
Nerdy Neo says, I'd recommend watching the new War of the Worlds pitch meeting rather than the actual movie. I'd
rather watch
to be a fly on the wall. Yeah.
The one that Brad had us watch with the black president. Obama's cousin.
God.
Yeah.
What was that called again?
I don't know, but it was better than Thunderbolts.
I don't know.
Dan Blackroyd, he's not in the chat.
I was gonna say, I thought you would have summoned Dan Blackroyd with that one.
Yeah.
Briscoe 1234. How's it going, dude?
It was like a version of oh gosh, the White House Down.
I forget. Star Wars Scran says though, get that fake Trek lore out of here. That's right. And then Nerdy Neo says pitch meetings are hilarious. Oh, Nerdy Neo got the name of it. It was G20.
Yes.
That's right, Scran. Nothing is better than Thunderbolts. That's right. Duke Devil's also got the G20 out there. There we go.
Did you start Strange New Worlds?
I have not. No. Why would I?
Because I'm doing it.
Are you really actually watching it?
Yeah. Did you?
Why?
Did you not hear what I told you? Because I wanted to see. Here's the thing. Because I'm trying to. I don't know why. I'm turning to Brad, man. I was like, the difference is I don't know. Like I go into these shows like somebody can tell me like it's crap, don't touch it. I'm like, okay, fair enough. And then I go in and I don't have the wherewithal. So, but here's the thing. At 2 minutes and 23 seconds into this pilot episode, I wanted to eat a bowl of nails with progressive, bleeding heart, liberal left milk.
Oh, Greg's calling you a blasphemer.
For Strange New Worlds?
For watching it, yes.
Oh, well, yeah, here's the thing. But here's the thing.
Scran saying,
in order to watch
there's no excuse, Hitman, says Scran.
No, there is, because you watch this and it further just shows how much of an idiot this Kurtzman guy is. I don't know Kurtzman from Sunday. I don't know who this guy is, but I can tell you that apparently this guy created this stuff, and watching it, Like this guy is like he's literally like J.J. Abrams. He should have no, like in Star Wars. He had no business in Star Wars, and this guy has no business in Star Trek. Just my limited knowledge of Star Trek, right? Like, come on, dude. Like a TV. There's a TV. They have TVs in Star Trek, dude. It's crazy.
You went down that path, sir. You went down that path.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch Brad's reviews.
Pike looks like a homeless Gandalf. a slightly better looking homeless Gandalf because his beard's a little bit, it's not as scraggly, but like he's just the typical left man. He's just sad. He's like, his wife's working for Starfleet, and he's like it's like it's like Maverick and Top Gun's like, get back in the fighter seat. He's like, oh no, I'm so sad Goose died, and he's like, get back in the pilot seat. This guy's like, no, he's crying, and yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. You should watch it. Like
I am not going near that slot.
I think we should come up with something and go through it.
It is bad enough I watched the Jar Jar Abrams first Star Trek movie. I learned my lesson as soon as I started watching the Star Trek original series. I learned my lesson. I was like, why did I ever do that? This is way more better. This is way superior by natural happenstance.
This Strange New Worlds is by far worse, I think, than the first Abrams movie.
But I mean, that kind of like to Star Wars Grant's point here. J.J. Abrams destroyed Star Wars, Star Trek, and he even made the worst Mission Impossible movie. But I mean, he kind of started the trend of destruction for Star Trek.
He's kind of the Ruin Johnson of Star Trek. Or is the kind of like the Ruin Johnson of Star Wars, but like the Star Trek. But no, I think we should come up with a way to watch it. I think you would really. The commentary alone would be gold. Like if I got you, if we were like, okay, we'll watch the first 5 minutes of it just to see your reaction when you see the 65-inch plasma TV in this show, I think would be worth it.
What is
Please
wrong
explain
with
to me
you?
Please explain to me why a TV, like a TV that you would go down to Walmart and buy right now, is in Star Trek. Again, I don't know that and I'm over here trying to figure out the star date, right? For the Star Trek,
right,
people, it's not a year, it's star date. So I'm learning Star Trek, but like it makes no sense. A cabin in Montana.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. Greg here says if you give even the slightest shit about TOS, the original series, and the original series characters, Strange New Worlds is 10 times worse than Discovery.
Which is interesting because I hear people talk more crap on Discovery. That's STD. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Discovery. STD,
yeah. But this Section 38, it's becoming a hot contender, man. So maybe go watch Brad's stuff. I don't know. I think it'd be funny though, because if I have to watch it, then I think you have to watch it.
I don't know why you want to do this to me.
I don't.
I much preferred it when you were recommending comic books to me.
Listen, it's not like I'm not over here wanting to watch Strange New Worlds.
Here, I thought we abandoned the whole torturing ourselves with this complete slop.
Star Wars. No, we are under the agreement that we would stop torturing ourselves with Star Wars. This is Star Trek.
Greg says,
I know there's ways for you to watch it. Or maybe.
Oh, I know. Savvy. I know. Greg says Strange New Worlds does not have Captain Pike. They have smarmy Captain Douchebag. Duke Devil says, "Oh, you're talking about the first Strange New Worlds episode. Try watching Discovery."
Well, what's worse?
Hey, Soul Assassin, how's it going? Saying, in the end, the true mystery box is how JJ keeps getting work. That is the conundrum right there. Greg says it's a trap. Brad says, but JJ conned Warner Brothers out of hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, that's right, because he was going to start the new DC universe, squandered a bunch of money, and then they kicked him out and replaced him with James Gunn. Screen, it's a crap.
So what I'm hearing is that you want to come up with some way that we can go through Strange New Worlds.
No, not in any shape or form. I
only made it into like 4 minutes, and that's when I sent the message to the group. I was like, this is. I don't know which I would rather watch. This or that AI Star Trek video that we watched.
Oh boy. Duke Devil says, why are the windmills in Strange New Worlds? They have antimatter reactors.
That's what he said. Yeah, same thing. Brad said it best. He's like, they've harnessed the power of antimatter and dilithium crystals, but by all means, let's go to the wind power. Like, I saw that. I'm like, why is there?
It always comes back to these people, these writers that don't understand the things that they're writing for.
Oh,
that's
it's like
the problem.
They got a tax break in Montana, so that's why they shot it there. But lo and behold, there's freaking there's windmills in
10 to 1. They're probably shooting up in Canada somewhere.
No, Canada's have windmills. They have the hydropower.
Well, I'm just saying.
Probably
they could have digitally added in the windmills.
And I don't want to spend all night on it, but how crazy is that? Do you think they think? Did they think about that stuff? Or are they just so ingrained in action that they are just totally deprived of any type of can a human function without a physical brain? Do all humans have physical brains? And I guess if they do have physical brains, do all those physical brains work? Because if you're doing a Star Trek show, right? And this is years into the future, right? And you've harnessed the power of antimatter, where there's no need for anything. I mean, this is antimatter and dilithium crystals. And if you know anything about dilithium crystals, you know that there's no need for wind power. But albeit you were in Montana shooting this, or the scenes in Montana, and you have wind power, that shouldn't be a thing.
I
don't. Here, hold on. I got the answer really quick. I'll move on. Okay. The community which Admiral Pike or Captain Pike was living in was Amish, and they slowly went away from the roots, and that they're okay with wind power, but they're not okay with. I don't know. I can't come up with an answer, man. I'm still on the whole TV thing. I'm like, did this guy go to the local their local Best Buy?
Probably.
Why would this not bother? You seem not very bothered by this. I watched this, and I couldn't. I was livid for a good 45 minutes, hoping that the Eminence himself would respond, Brad.
I love that you can have such
grateful that, huh?
I love that you can have such passionate fervor over this when I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense that they'd be so lazy to go to a Walmart or something and just get a TV, slap it up on the wall, and use that as their. But I think it's great.
I don't understand how you're not bothered by it.
I might just be numb to it. I don't know. I'm just so used to them doing all this shoddy work, this BS that it's just this is par for course.
This would be the equivalent of this is almost as egregious as Kyle Katarn saying craft or F or using some type of language or some type of or even or level cereal. Eating cereal. When in the history of Star Wars have you ever seen somebody eat a box of Captain Crunch Oops All Berry cereal? It's that same level, like egregiousness. There was cussing in Star Wars, yes, there was, but it wasn't Americanized or Canadianized like language, modern English. It wasn't
There
like
was a few,
the equivalent would be like Sith spit.
right? No, for like the really like harsher words, they got creative.
Right.
Although I'm going through the EU Shadowhunter book right now, and they use bastard. So,
well, but that's not that's an actual.
It
It's a
can
term
be
to
used
describe
as,
somebody.
It can be used like a curse word, though.
If you're Irish, yes, but in the context, like Maul was a bastard.
Well,
I don't think he had a dad. So, like, I don't know if any other word.
I'm just saying that certain words have been used. That's all.
But out of all the books I've read, I don't think I've ever.
That one just kind of stood out to me today for some reason. Like, but
he's not like
no. It wasn't. It wasn't in regards to Darth Maul though. It was just in regards to something else.
That, yeah.
The guy was calling his droid a bastard, and it's really funny how then the droid broke it. The droid broke it down. Yeah. He's like, "Well, you're either referring to as the child born out of wedlock, or a child, or somebody that born from a strange place." To which I guess is the factual answer.
Yeah, see, but I mean that's okay. I would think that's okay because that's terminology.
Like I said, it just kind of stood out to me today. That's all.
But you're okay with the TV. You're not okay with the bastard in the book, but you're okay with a TV in Star Trek. Like, help me bridge this gap.
Oh, how did we?
Where's Brad? Where's Brad?
But I haven't gone through more of the chat yet.
Well, because this is the listen. Every Saturday we're gonna do. I vote going forward that we do a segment of the show where it's like one of like egregious. I'll have to come up with a clever name, but like the most egregious. Like top 3 egregious things of each Saturday, like of each week.
Okay,
and we'll play it out. But like this is up there, man. A TV in Star Trek doesn't scream, Star Trek to me. It doesn't scream.
Well, neither is Kurtzman Trek. Kurtzman Trek is not Star Trek. It's like Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars. That's the most simplified way of looking at it, and that's why I think it doesn't bother me, because I know it's not Star Trek. It's not real Star Trek.
It would be kind of like, and this I'm going to get flack for this because I'm not. It's like having a lightsaber whip, or a.
Oh, don't open that can of worms.
It's like having the lightsaber whip, but not how the actual lightsaber whip is supposed to be portrayed.
I think you
almost says, huh?
I guess I think you kind of saved yourself. I don't know.
Listen, I don't think the lightsaber. I don't think the lightsaber whip should operate like an Indiana Jones whip.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe I don't know. I think more of like the Githany weapons, but
yeah. Moving on. Duke Devil said it's section 31. Static saying, I don't think the word have means what you think it means, Hitman. Nerdy Neo asks, Filter, would you rather Strange New Worlds or Below Decks? Oh God.
Strange Worlds.
I was gonna say, I think Strange New Worlds. Yeah, because what I've heard, lad, what I've heard about Below, or is it Lower Decks or Below Decks? I forget. But if it's that animated one and everything, yeah, I think I would even from Brad's reviews, I would take the Strange New Worlds over it. Tahalim29 says, you might want to watch the AI Star Trek. As much as I dislike AI, and antimatter windmills. Duke Devil says, I've seen sporadic episodes of seasons 1 and 2, up to date on season 3 as of late.
when I recorded. I'd be down for watching some of it for the pain. Oh God, why? Why? And then he says, Kurtzman Trek writers make the Screans from Sanctuary look like geniuses. The Screans. Sorry. And then it says, now I gotta rewatch the opening scenes of that episode to see the TV. you got Brad now going and checking on the TVs.
What's there? You can't miss is the 65-inch plasma on the wall.
Star Wars Scran says Emperor's Black Bones. Brandon Tran says, speaking of video games, like Jay Hitman mentioned earlier, did you y'all know Lego that is on the top?
Yeah.
Yes. Nerdy Neo says they said damn and hell a few times in the original trilogy. That is true, they did. And hello, Bane of the Shills. How are you tonight? Saying, sucks what happened to that purist guy. Someone will have to rise in his place and make damn near identical content. Well, let's not get too identical here. You gotta make your own. You gotta define yourself there, Bane. Much like Bane did. He dropped the thought bomb on all those stupid dark Jedi, and he redefined the Sith and himself. So yeah, kind of worked that in there. Speaking of, let's get to that just really quick here, which is some real unfortunate news. And let me get it in Discord for you there, Hitman. There you go. And here you go, chat. All right. So, yeah. As Star Wars Marvel Pierce over on X posted, he says, hey, Team YouTube. Last night, my channel got deleted after being mass flagged. Prior to this, I had no strikes and my channel was in good standing. I think this is a mistake resulting from a mass flagging attempt. Please have a human rep look into this. And yeah, unfortunately, I think because then there we do see Team YouTube did respond saying the first step here is to appeal, which sends your channel directly to our policy team. Follow up with you over email. You can appeal in studio or via this form. You can also view your appeal confirmation and anticipated review in studio. And Marvel Purist follows up with, you declined my appeal in less than 25 minutes at 12 a.m. Is that Central Time? CST?
Central Standard Time.
Which leads me to believe a real human didn't actually review this appeal. And then it says, it looks like you've already appealed and received an email outlining the final decision. We know it wasn't an outcome you were hoping for, but it's nothing more we could do on the decisions are made very carefully. Bullshit. Appreciate your understanding. And then Marvel Purist followed up. There was absolutely no outline for the final decision. This doesn't outline anything. And he has it right here in the image. I even specifically asked what YouTube was referring to. No example was given. I went from 0 strikes in 22 months to deplatforming in 1 day. And this is the unfortunate side of YouTube of just how quickly they will just come out of nowhere with these sudden strikes, deplatforming and stuff like that. All from, like he points out, just from mass flag attempts and mass flagging in general. All because you are, calling out somebody's bullshit and stuff like that. All they have to do is rally their own troops, especially when they've got a potentially larger fan base and everything, viewer base, whatever you want to call them. Parasites most likely would be better. But you can just organize and mobilize your own little troops, which is just sad how quickly that side of everything will mobilize like this, and we can sometimes barely get shit done on our own. But yeah, and Briscoe 1234 points out Carly K, which is one of the people Marvel Purist had been calling out some bullshit on, and he did everything in a transformative style. I think one was an interview between this individual and John Boyega, and he was breaking it all down. and all that. So, and it says Carly K has been talking shit on Purist in her comment section. And it's funny how, you know, yeah, a lot of times these people get away with the absolute dreck of bullshit.
Can you really quick explain for those of us who maybe not know how YouTube works? 'Cause I surely don't. So a copyright strike is worse than a flag, correct?
So, because yeah, copyright strike can sometimes come from like a company and stuff like that that finds their content being misused, quote unquote misused, even though you are, you know, doing something to transform it through commentary or through whatever. But yeah, so the strikes can be much more, and there's also just like a general strike on the channel. So it can be from what they deem as you either talking, hey Gabriel Knight, how's it going? Saying free Purist and Soul Assassin, justice for Purist. Absolutely. Hopefully, I would like to hope something could be resolved for this, but yeah, and flagging, flagging is just more from like general reviews and stuff like that, but they get enough of them, and things like this, yes, can detrimentally hurt a channel, and that'll then form strikes and stuff like that on the channel for misbehavior or conduct or whatever they deem harmful. They could get, and I mean the thing is even hang on, let me get that one.
Being clean for 22 months and then everything going to pot within 20 minutes seems very suspect. And I'm not one who has prided myself on building a platform of theories like somebody we know. But is it, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, if you will, but is it quite possible that if this Carly King girl is in bed with Filoni or Disney, and not
I believe Marvel Purist had a photo of her with the rest of the shills, right. And Filoni and Leslie Headland,
right? Is it possible? And nobody will know this answer, but is it quite possible that Marvel was exposing what he normally does? He exposes, you know, the Disney Shield and Disney for what they are. Is it possible that this Carly girl felt attacked and then all the pro Disney people just flag? I guess I just don't understand.
It could be absolutely that.
So it sounds like a coup would be more of like a military type thing, but an attack on. Let's be honest. I mean, like Justin, it's not a small time channel. I mean, he started like everybody else, but like his content, and I'm not blowing. You know, I'm not trying to. You know.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're
saying. Like the dude's legit. I mean, there's a reason why, you know, we follow, and you know, we're you know, are in kind of. I would like to say, you know, like I follow Tim, OG, you know, Justin, all the. I mean, these are the guys that I first started following when you and I got into it. I mean, I only know Tim and Alora because of you, right? Brad and whatnot. So I think it's just very interesting that this guy, you know, who I'd like to, you know, think, you know, is whatever. It just 22 months with a channel, not having a singular strike, and then everything goes to pot when you expose somebody. Not caught, and it wasn't like. Here's the thing: you have to understand what is copyright, right? When you say a copyright strike, like that would lead one to believe that's like everybody knows what copyright is. Yeah. What he did was not copyright. I listened to his he went live a couple days ago, and he was talking through he was reading all the comments back and forth and whatnot, and nothing seemed to be copyrighted.
No.
And if somebody tells you to like go back through their stuff, it almost gives you permission to be transformative.
Right. Yeah, like they giving you permission to go through the stuff and like give a review, basically review the work and all of that sort of thing. Yeah. That's
it's almost like I just don't understand why copyright is even being brought up, because if you're talking about if you like the Indianapolis Colts
right? And you're talking about how great they're the greatest football team this side of the Mississippi.
I'm trying to
right?
wait, who are you talking about? Sorry, go ahead.
Right, the football or whatever whatever you want to back. But let's say you're talking about the Colts and how they're the best football team, and you put a video out there, and you put unfactual stuff, right? Not of a subject, and some of it can be subjective, but like if you get factual, if you try to give say something's a fact and it's not, and I watch your video and I pick your video apart from a purely objective standpoint, that's not there's nowhere in there that's copyrighted.
No, well, and Tehlium 29 is saying Carly King isn't copyrighted. It is all fair game, and that's what Hitman isn't saying like her name is copyrighted or anything like that. He is talking about the videos and what she does, and then and what Marvel Purist was reacting to and stuff like that. And
I'm trying to understand
she's acting in fraud. You're right.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to understand where was copyright even brought up?
How is she trying to claim copyright and YouTube is following along with that claim? Is what you're trying to understand.
It's because of her following. Yeah, and I would assume it's because she's a following and she makes money for Disney. Because I told you the only reason why I know Carly King is because of she popped up on ironically enough my YouTube. She did lightsaber videos. Like she buys lightsabers.
Yeah, that's how I was hearing. Well, I haven't seen her videos, but like I've been seeing the chatter from Marvel Purists and all them, and that I heard that too. That she started from doing that.
And I knew her before Star Wars Marvel Purists even did the whole video thing. But I guarantee you that she's buying sabers for an old theory boy and probably doing these aerobic videos and dressing up as Filoni's ex, his wife Ahsoka,
his body pillow.
Yeah, Ahsoka. But I just that's what's so funny. But what sucks about this, and I'll yield the floor, is no matter what happens, like no matter what we do to either back, because I would back I'd back Justin in a heartbeat, but YouTube is a conglomerate and nothing's gonna change. Like if Disney, I don't know, man. Like even
the only way for them to really get hurt, hit, whatever is if everybody finally just walked away from their platform. If there was an actual viable alternative that really opened its doors to creators and stuff like that of all walks, then they could potentially get some hits, but sadly, none of the alternative platforms really do enough for people to be interested in on many different levels, from infrastructure to their app creation to everything. So it's unfortunately a real pisser.
It is, and that's the thing. This isn't like, oh, we're gonna leave YouTube. It's not like the whole Anheuser-Busch. We're not gonna drink your beer. We're gonna go drink Modelo. It's like YouTube pays the bills for a lot of people. Right, and that's a crappy thing because they are the and that's why I asked the question last week. It sounds like they are the creme de la creme. They are the highest. They are the biggest conglomerate, and the only way to hurt people is their pocketbook, right? But again, like I don't think there's enough YouTubers that would leave to hurt their pocketbook, and I don't know if they would.
Well,
right?
And it's kind of I think it was, hang on, where is it? I saw.
We need some lawyers in the chat. We need some pro bono lawyers to actually. But again, I mean, they probably have the greatest shystery lawyers on their payroll too. But I just don't know how. I mean, clearly this is not, obviously this is not right.
Well, and this is like to Gabriel Knight's point too, was our sphere needs to mobilize and call YouTube's bullshit out. And I think that's kind of we're trying to have that conversation right here, right now at the moment. Because it is major bullshit.
Well, so it's like what's funny? I will know that this is a strategic attack on the other side if you and I get a copyright strike or a flag of some sort. Today.
I would laugh my ass off if that actually happened.
If Justin's in the chat, I would love him to send us a message to show help us how do we start going out? How do we go after Carly? How do we start going after these people? Right?
Make videos, I guess then bring the content here on the show. Start doing our own reactions and stuff like that.
Bring Justin on the show. Watch us get a defamation lawsuit.
Well, and like, here's like to Nightmare what he says here. Rumble needs to step up and stop being such a shit show. And yeah, I agree. And then also he says small channels leaving wouldn't do anything. You'd need the corporate channels to go. That's it. Well, yeah, absolutely. That is what we would meet. What we mean with that is that you need the bigger channels to start going, fine, we're out, peace, later, bitches. But sadly, that's not going to happen anytime soon because they're entrenched at this point. They're dug in like an Alabama tick. They're not going anywhere because this is their life. This is their livelihood. They got nothing else for some of them.
But like Theory, for instance, and I'm gonna, I'd call anybody, but somebody who prides himself on integrity and all this stuff and all this and that. It's like this has nothing to do with integrity. This was a direct attack on a channel that opposed the narrative, right? But nobody else outside our circle, and I get like, well, Star Wars MarvelPurist and all you guys are small platformers, so how would they know? Well, Carly's not. Carly has a following, so like, where are the people coming to the defense of Justin? I'm not talking about like the big,
the bigger channels and stuff like that.
But I don't know who is it within our circle that is on the same level of Carly. Geeks and Gamers, they're not going to do it. They toe the line just as bad as Theory does.
You're not wrong.
It's not good. And Gary from Nerdrotic, I don't know if he, like, where are the big, like the big YouTubers on our side of on the battlefield, and if they don't know about it, how do we get them to know about it, right?
Right. No, and here's like what Scran points out. People like Purist have real lives and real jobs. Losing a YouTube channel has no bearing on their life, unlike these unemployed paid shills.
Oh, it would have a huge bearing on Theory because he makes a lot of his money on YouTube. Yeah, he's got his lightsaber business and the Vader stuff, but I guarantee you he makes a killing off YouTube. He's even said it. The whole reason why YouTube allows him not to have a real job.
I mean,
that's the thing, man. Who on our side of the battlefield is big enough to go against their side of the field? But again, to your point and what you've said in the chat, there's nowhere else to go, right? To your point, like you can go to Rumble, but that's what's so crappy about YouTube. There's nobody out there that is competing against YouTube toe to toe, at least.
I think that's also the advantage of doing multi-streaming though, is getting your content out there in other ways. But yeah, like you say, and other people pointed this out, just some of the other options just don't have what other people are looking for necessarily. And like Rumble does hold, I mean, for good or for bad, however you want to look at it, they go more for a political slant, and not everybody wants to be hanging around with that political slant or just in that sort of sphere or content or whatever. And that's the thing, is that that's all they push, is that they aren't trying to like, even Rumble isn't even trying to put out other streamers or other content from video games and movie content and stuff like that. They just mainly seem to stick in the political sphere.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
So outside, I mean, the alternative would be like here in my mind, and this might be stupid, but I think Kick, Twitch, I don't know, all the every other platform outside of Rumble, like it's like, this is gonna be really stupid, but in my mind, it's like it's fighting Germany, right? It's like they're so big, and you may not be able to go toe to toe with them, but if you get enough people to go toe to toe with them, then you pose a threat. So. But in my mind, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow YouTube tries to buy out Rumble eventually, or maybe not. But just
to crush some competition. That wouldn't surprise me. I don't think they can. But I could be wrong.
Maybe it'd be like, yeah, it might be the Sprint and the Sprint and Verizon deal, but I don't know, and I don't see how.
Ooh, you're roboting.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see how this. I don't know. I don't see how you rectify this because again, I'm not calling anybody out, but you know, like geeks and gamers, if they were to, they're not going to leave their stuff. They're not going to leave their platform.
No, I kind of got that, but yeah.
My robot, do you want me to leave and come back in?
Yeah, leave and come back in really quick. Let's see. I'll go back really quick here to some of the chat. Nightmare saying, start the next adpocalypse, then YouTube will start caring. How? That's the thing. Then how do you get sort of that sort of thing kicked off? You back, sir? Oh, no. Soul Assassin saying, y'all guys can grip the help. My channel is under attack bits. Oh God, I wouldn't even want to fathom that idea. So stupid. I mean, it's funny on one side, but on the other hand, I'm like, I would rather not. I'd rather just laugh and move the hell on.
From what?
Oh, the whole like help my channel's under attack, make videos like that. If you were to get, you know, bombarded by people trying to do so.
No.
I don't know if you're familiar with the quartering, but he's notorious for those sort of videos. Help my channel's under attack.
But that's not who Marvel Pure, like I don't think he's not that type of guy. You know, he's not gonna go need help. Like no, he's very, you know, transparent and, you know, I don't know, man. It's just the whole thing just again
it's a low. Well, that's the thing, like it's so inconsistent with YouTube, and that's another problem with all. And here's like something that thanks to Static in our DM groups had posted this, and you should be able to see it in your in the Discord. This was and I'm not gonna play it just so we don't get into trouble necessarily, but I mean the name says it alone, Suicidal Gaming B. And the video is the kid, putting up a toy gun to his head, clicking and dropping out. But look at from when this video was ripped. This video was on YouTube 7 years ago. This was posted on August 20th on X. YouTube then responds saying, jumping in to make it clear that this video is no longer on YouTube. We understand this may not have been intended to cause harm, but we take the well-being of our community seriously, especially minors and sensitive viewers. If you are struggling with the content, now it's like they jump in and decide to take action on a video that was already 7 freaking years old. You're telling me that there wasn't somebody already kind of looking through all this shit? It's this their further inconsistency with all this bullshit. I can't stand it sometimes. It's just the most obnoxious thing of all this. Are you there, Hitman?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I'm there. I just you're like I said, you're not going to beat YouTube, and I just Rumble really needs to, like to your point, like grow a sack and make it entice people to want to come on there. But to your point, it's all political, and nobody, like there's people out there who's like, well, I don't want to do politics, but it's like I don't want to do politics, but I'll talk about this issue that is absolutely political. It's like Disney talking about Disney stuff can be absolutely political. Well, no, it's not political. It's just Disney, Star Wars stuff. Well, no, it's political. Look at what they're pushing. So I don't know. Whatever.
I know it's ridiculous. It really just all is.
If I was somebody who got copyrighted and struck, you know, I may or may not have about 500 different emails, and I may or may not have the ability to make 500 different channels on YouTube and make it really hard for them to. I don't know.
Ah, shoot. My Stream Ninja kicked. No, my Stream Ninja. Unfortunately, I was about to grab one of Brad's comments, that I saw because where is it? And really quick, hello, Charles Ratcliffe. How are you doing today, sir? But Brad did say, he said, okay, I'm out on my walk, but still had to see if it was a TV. Thank you, Plex. Yes, it looks like the props department just used a large TV rather than dressing it up to look like a monitor. Sloppy and lazy. So you got your confirmation, sir.
Thank you, Brad. I was about to say it's 2 minutes and 10 seconds. If anybody wants to go watch the first pilot episode, you'll see the TV.
Star Wars Scran had said these reaction channels get triggered when you react to them is pathetic. That is the funny thing. It's the whole, like, it's like you could talk the most amounts of shit as possible. Then when somebody starts flinging it at you, oh no, I'm the victim now. It's that meme of the chick throwing poo over the wall, and then suddenly it gets thrown back at her, and it's like, I'm under attack.
You know what just came to my mind? We all should just pull a Raging Rhino and just tag Carly King left and right.
Oh God.
I forgot Raging Rhino has inspired me to go after Carly like he did Theory.
Oh no. Nightmare says if it's a DMCA claim, then at this point legal action is required. Grant says it could be because of Purist's mortal shill bait. Too violent for YouTube. Oh boy. And hello, Jordan Star Wars. How's it going? Hope you're doing well today. Yep, Jordan Star Wars also. Justice for Purist. Absolutely. Let's see. Soul Assassin says simps, bro. Simps. Probably a bunch of them flagged Purist. That's most likely the case. Like I said it. It's all the followers and stuff like that. And it's really shocking how these people can just get so fucking mobilized. And Scran says Purist said he thinks it was Mortal Shillbat. Briscoe. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, instead of saying "We love you, Ray," it's like "We love you, Carly." Get him, Carly.
For anybody that remembers the videos coming out from the the Galactic Star Cruiser thing for Disney's little attraction. Oh God. Briscoe says Carly K says use my content, get a claim. Oh boy. Tehaleem29 says, remember when copyright claims didn't exist, especially on YouTube? Those were the days. When YouTube was still so fresh. Let's see. Scran says, like if Theory lost his channel, he'd rely on China Disney sabers, pretty much. Hello, Blackpill Timon, Meteor Advocate. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well today. Nightmare said, I like Nerderotic, but I don't think that those guys are paying attention. And if they are, they likely want to stay out of it because they're friends with Star Wars Theory, etc. That's a possibility. I believe Gabriel Knight, I believe you sent in a $100 super chat to spread the word. So I don't know how they took it. I only saw that you did that. So hopefully something. But I doubt it. Kind of like to Nightmare and to Hitman's point on them. They're not going to get involved. Greg says all the YouTubers who sell stuff do so because of the eyes they have on them on YouTube. Bane of the Shill says when Purist took the class for bullying for Mortal Shillbat, he was told he would get a strike for a similar offense, not deplatformed. Oh, interesting. Nightmare says, well, I multi-stream, but only YouTube gets views because the other sites are a worse experience overall. Yeah, and that at times has almost has made me consider just knocking off the multi-streaming, and I kind of wish I'd maybe considered that an option before we got re-upped on Restream. But yeah, I've almost been considering that and then just uploading the content to the other sites but it's like you try and at least give everyone, the people that are watching, and you know that there are people that have accounts and everything on the other, like it is, Nightmare. I've bounced on to the other multi-platform, the other platforms, just to type a message in there and kind of have some fun with the day. I've done that on other people's streams. I've done that with the Melees. I've done that with, I think, Nerdy Neo as well. I believe also God, why am I blanking on the name? But hang on. He's I hate when my brain just completely fails on me. Where is he? Not Gino, but oh, Christ almighty. Anyway, yeah, so, like it is. It's good to give those options, but at the same time, when everybody just kind of filters over, no pun intended, over to YouTube anyways, it's kind of like, well, maybe just stick to just YouTube and just post the streams and stuff on the other sites at the end of the day. Bane of the Shills says, a video that was original unlisted to run through YouTube filters to try and stay in YouTube compliance. Go figure. Really? Oh boy. Greg says, Rumble blows for discovery. It does. It really freaking does. That's where you can go when you are already a popular content creator. Yeah, and then those popular content creators that Rumble buys up and gets them on their platform will then basically give them the finger and fuck off as soon as they're allowed back to whatever platform they might have been deplatformed from, banned from, or whatever. And as soon as they get the, what was it? Dr. Disrespect did that. He got booted from Twitch. Rumble brought him over. I think it was Rumble or Kick, but is either of the two platforms. And as soon as he got unbanned from Twitch, was running for the hills back to Twitch. And you're just like, all right. So you just wasted all that time and money bringing this retard over. Congratulations, people. And that's Rumble's failings. That's Kick's failings at the end of the day too. It's so many of these platforms just pull some stupid nonsense. Star Wars Grant said, YouTube screwed him. Free purist. Absolutely. Nightmare saying Rumble isn't even trying to compete with YouTube. They're trying to compete with Fox News, which is just so stupid. Why would you be competing with the boomerest of boomer networks? Especially one that, I mean, Fox, last I knew, was already bought up. Well, I guess, I don't know if it's separate, if Fox News is considered separate at all, but I mean, they were bought up for Disney for God's goddamn sakes, man. Timon. Oh, wow. Timon is saying Rumble is not available in every country. That's true. Wait, yeah. I think I remember hearing about that now. Wasn't it? Didn't Brazil almost block it? Or were they threatening to block X? I forget. Greg says Twitch is way worse than YouTube. The best alternative is actually X. Well, I mean, we do stream to X, and I'll say it's like, I can't say we get that much viewership over there either that I've generally seen, but like it is, we have all the options available. I just wish Odyssey would kind of stop with the goofy crypto stuff, but I mean, I get it on one hand, just to kind of, but it's weird. I don't know. Odyssey's weird. Like, I like them, but they're frustrating at the same time. It's like Rumble in that respect. Greg says, and X has to do a lot better on the technical side. I'm waiting to see. But I mean, like it is, we only have so much of a following, so it only makes sense that we only get so much out of it. Gabriel Knight says, instead of taking initiative, Nightmare says, absolutely, Greg. Rumble Discovery is crap. Star Wars Grand saying, geeks ampersand gamers are all about access, just like shills. that's basically what it's all become for any of those guys too at this point, is that they're just basically becoming or are whatever for access media. They want that first news bits and stuff like that. And that's, I mean, you see that with even the rebel game journalist sites too, like even Niche Gamer, while I like them at times, they still will do what they can to, get that access instead of actually being maybe outside the sphere. But sadly, and this is, I'd say, even I wouldn't say this is exclusively a problem to gamers, but people in general, it's just like they have to follow that immediate need to know information. When it's like somebody like me, I'm fine to wait for it just a little bit longer to know I'm also getting a genuine, at least somewhat more of a genuine opinion out of it. But yeah, it's unfortunate because it's slowly but surely, even for them, they're getting that whole access media vibe. Nightmare says, I should just start making all my streams. My channel is under attack for the Kex. Ooh, maybe that could be pretty fun. Star Wars Grand, my channel is under attack. Buy my coffee. That makes me think of the Jay Sherman from the Critic. Buy my book. Buy my book. Buy my book. Nightmare says YouTube automates the hell out of everything. Tehalim29 says abolish YouTube AI. Hello, New York, Florida man saying hashtag free purist sign. Oh Lord. Oh boy. Oh boy. Tehalim says the YouTube AI is also connected to some of this too. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure, without a doubt. Like the way all this AI stuff that they're trying to use it for automation and all that for these digital sites and stuff is going to be murder. It's not going to be good. And it's just going to cause more and more problems. I'm pretty sure, like I pointed out with that old 7-year video, like there's things that are going to slip through the cracks. And then finally, like, because I also saw some comments on that post from somebody that was saying like a 13-year-old video of theirs suddenly got their whole channel nuked. Like it just sporadically picks all these things and then goes after a channel, and you don't know what or when you could be hit with this. So it's gonna cause a lot of problems. And I guess some people are gonna be wishing for. Go ahead.
Well, it just doesn't seem like there's any alternative to where you can get monetized. Other than YouTube.
Really? I mean, but even then you have to work really hard to do it. At least with Rumble, if you want to get Rumble rants, you just have to get your stuff kind of signed up and everything. And then people can start sending you Rumble rants. So that's a form of monetization. And of course, like it is, people can do stream elements, but the problem is that you can't just get like the whole viewership thing. People, the monetization through for just people viewing your videos. That's always a lot more of a difficult thing. At least so there are alternatives for people to kind of go through, and especially if they're cultivating a fan base, they can certainly point people in the right direction. For extra support, because like this one guy I follow on YouTube, hang on, let me get called, his channel is called Stitched Together Pictures. He had set up a Patreon, and so like he does get like he just pointed his fan base into that direction. And it was like, hey, if you want to do extra support, especially with YouTube being retarded as it is, you can go over there. And like he recently put out a whole like kind of anniversary video on how like between the combination of the Patreon and mainly the Patreon, and of course then the YouTube side, he can now do part-time for his job and part-time for YouTube. So certain things can really help people out. And I know also Ross Scott of Accursed Farms, he set up a donation thing on his website for people to use to donate through PayPal and other options too. For when it's been moments like the adpocalypse and everything like that. And that's how he's gotten extra support too.
So what about Patreon? That's, I mean, this Patreon's not monetized because people pay to be on it, but
right? So the idea with Patreon is like it's a paywall essentially. At least that's how some people use it. Like people use it as a paywall for like exclusive content, and sometimes they'll like, for example, like people that do make regular videos, they will say, "Oh, if you want early access to my videos before I drop them on YouTube, go over to the Patreon. We'll drop them there." Or even like for some people, they'll drop post-production and production video like over there to get people interested. And then like, oh, if you want to see the final product early, go there, or wait until it's dropped on YouTube. So I've seen that a lot too.
Without YouTube, then
I mean,
but it's
you can, yeah, like people do it, but for different, because a Patreon can be a multitude of content creation, or
right, but
or
really
businesses or whatever.
Yeah.
But and when that the incentivization comes from the person that's creating it, because you can create different tiers and different pay scales for those tiers that people can, and much like on YouTube here, when you get memberships, you can set different memberships, different levels, and in different perks that you get from those memberships. So that's what a lot of that is.
Yeah, but it's almost like Patreon complements YouTube or vice versa, because it's like YouTube's free
in a sense.
Yeah.
But you can, because like it is, you can post videos on Patreon. So, I mean, it kind of acts as its own viewing source. But like I said, yeah, if you're wanting more of an exposure, you go over to YouTube for sure.
Yeah. It's all sad, and it really is sad if you think about it, man. But
100%, it really is. But who would have thought this is going to turn into a whole segment on YouTube?
But here's the thing, though. I do think it's informative, because, like, if they can do it if they will do it to Marvel purists, we'll do it to anybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
right? And it
absolutely.
This, as crappy as it is, it should just really wake people up to the whole, like, no one's safe, and they're going to go after. If you go against the grain, or against the narrative, or if you create waves, like, they will kind of bury you, and they can, and there's nobody that can stop them.
Right.
So,
well, unfortunately, right now that is the case.
Bend the knee, or we're going to make you bend the knee, or you won't have a knee to bend.
Pretty much, man. I mean, jeez. I don't know what can be done when it comes to certainly purists here. All I can say is maybe, go on over to X here, and I'll even drop it in the chat for people. Share out, bug YouTube as much as possible. Otherwise, I mean, hey,
I'm convinced that actual people don't work at YouTube, though.
It feels that way, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of funny nowadays. Like, people are probably wishing for Susan Wojcicki to be back.
Yeah.
Because now it's just gotten absolutely ridiculous with I believe it's basically an H1B here person in that position now running YouTube.
Is it really?
If I remember right, yeah. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure, but
I'm quoting you.
Okay, quote me away. Again, yes, absolutely. Hashtag free Marvel Purist, justice for purist. Hopefully anything can be worked out. But who knows? Maybe this bane of the shills will
I think this guy's got a pretty
take
good platform. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully so.
I think this bane of the shills, he seems like he's a pretty smart lad. Share some of the you know, same thoughts, maybe.
Maybe. Oh, whoa, the chat suddenly just got caught up. Okay, so speaking of Bane of the Shills, says X, you need a viral post that gets like 2 million views or something crazy shit like that, from what I understand. Tehalim points out, then there is YouTube AI channels. Yeah, that's right. Tehalim saying spam. Yep, spam that spam. Get spam for your spam. Nightmare says, can we scrounge up some coke money to call Nick Rekieta for a DMCA countersuit? Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, get that pure cocaine. The pure Colombian stuff. Oh lordy. Briscoe saying YouTube got taken over by these Nazis. Gabriel Knight says, yeah, I did. They were supportive on the stream anyway. Oh, for when you sent in the super chat. Well, at least they seem supportive. Who was it? Also you, or was it somebody else that sent the one into Ryan Cannell? Because he was shocked to hear that. Star Wars Grant says the fellow sheep only care about themselves. Don't be fooled by the I'm just a nerd like you act. God damn it. Believe me, there's nobody being fooled here by any of that. I've heard a lot of their especially the whole what was I love to their we're of diversity of opinions and crap like that. Even though like you have one person that strays even outside of their sphere, and they'll try and act all pleasant at first, but like as soon as the things maybe get a little too real or whatever, they'll kick those people out so fucking fast. Yeah, I have I've had a lot of my issues with them, and that's why I have never been huge into either of the fan bases for those groups. Like I observe from a distance. Geeks and Gamers I first encountered, especially before the whole fandom menace thing cooked up and explode and had a hot moment of relevancy. But I saw how much of a kind of offense writing shill Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers was, and how he also they all ride the fence. And especially like he kept shilling for Ahsoka, the shoehorned character, going, see, we like good written female characters, and everybody, but it's like to anybody with a sense in their head, like, but she's not a good not a good written character. She's shit. She's shoehorned in a place that she does not belong. Fuck off. And so
she's almost as well written as Rey is,
basically. So yeah, like it is. I've stood back a lot of it, and I just observe from a distance. Some of their stuff can be amusing at times, but
oh man, when
they're not as based as they try and make themselves out to
be. They have more splinters in their butthole because they ride that fence hard.
That's good.
So I get some people like, love them or hate them. I just no, man, you flip flop. You are floppier than a pancake. Like you have no sense of like taking a stand.
They won't walk away from anything. And one of the big things I know for people too was like the whole how heavy they dived in for season 3 of Picard. All because it did some mild, decent fan service. And I'm sorry, no matter how much you try and support the good stuff, it doesn't mean shit to a tree. you can support the good stuff all you want, but they're not going to learn from that. All they're doing is using you, idiots, for either the monetization of their own platforms and stuff like that, or the viewership, whatever they need to use to then continue writing their trash slop. They reel you in for these little things to get what they need out of you, and then they'll just keep making the garbage that you claim to hate so badly.
They almost had me because they brought back Riker and Picard. Like, listen, nobody is a bigger fan of Riker than I. And I just want to point out really quick that Adam has spent more time besmirching Adam the Renaissance Man, our dear friend, who is also Bajoran, has spent more time besmirching Riker than anybody I know. But with all that being said, I was
all because he's called him a man whore.
he likes the female version of that. He likes Kira.
I mean, I
know. Kira's done way more despicable things with the Paloku. So I want to hear it.
You missed my moment when I said Kira, no, because
dear,
she might have been fooling around with Quark.
Oh, just in Adam's terms, like Kira, no.
Yeah, I was in Adam's spot. I said that.
Oh dear. Well, Quark is very handsome.
Nightmare says snap maybe. Gabriel Knight says no, that was X. Decrepit saying congrats on 150. Well, thank you very much, Decrepit. Appreciate it, brother. And I hope you're doing well today. Nightmare says no, Disney doesn't have Fox News. It was split off into Fox Corp, which also still owns the local Fox networks. Okay, thank you for clearing that up for me. I appreciate it. I was a little confused. I was like, but why? And then that still that raises the question though, but why try and be a competitor with Fox News when you could be so much better?
Because they want to compete with Fox News.
I don't understand why. Black Pill Timon says no Rumble in Brazil. Oh, but wait, did you do some sneaky stuff when we were doing our Stargate watch so you could watch along with us? Because you were still there. Brandon Tran says Marvel Star Wars purists will find a way back to come back, but he'll probably have to follow to YouTube's new policies. We'll see what happens. Briscoe says, or I should say Canandia? I think I got that right. Nightmare says Smash JT actually plays the buy my book clip every time he talks about chills like ordering or JDA. Well, I guess I have something in common with that gentleman. Nightmare says Rumble rants are available right off the bat. You have to put your PayPal in and you're good. I do appreciate that. Yeah. And I have ours set up on there as well. For all that sort of stuff. So that's at least and I mean, the funny thing is too, like originally you had to meet a subscriber count to do like streams and stuff. And that was like one of the tough things that I remember, like, it was like, oh God, really? You have to get like X amount of subscribers. But then it was, I brought it up in a comment section, with, Undoomed. He had a thread going and somebody was asking about Rumble, and all I was doing was responding to the person about, hey, yeah, for Rumble, you need to meet these requirements and stuff like that for it. And then he gave me a shout out, and then a bunch of people helped out and added to the subscribers on the Rumble side, which was really cool. Bane of the Shills saying Purist may go on Anna That Star Wars Girls channel. Oh, cool. On Wednesday to discuss this. My channel will be making very similar content to Purist in his honor. I'll even have the guests and types of reviews. Well, by all means, if it can be arranged, reach out to us. Happy to help. Nightmare says Patreon has its own issues too. It does. I mean, at this point it's like no place doesn't have their fair share of issues. And that's why there are at least some alternatives, like for Patreon, there's Subscribestar. Through Rumble, there's Locals that kind of acts as a sort of Patreon sort of alternative. So there's different sides of the coins too. Bane of the Shield says Stream Elements goes all to the creator and cuts YouTube out of the funds. That's right. Yeah. And there's Stream Elements as well, which we also have set up, and I always try and post the link for that. So everybody does have the option for different ways of going about it. That's at least, like, again, that's some good things for all that stuff, is that the creators do have their alternatives for it. Nightmare says, YouTube, quote, you're too small to get super chats. Creators, okay, I'll use Stream Elements, etc. YouTube, his Pikachu face. Gabriel Knight with the wake up call. Nerdy Neo says,
where are you at? Sorry. Go finish the chat, but I do have a question for you.
Nerdy Neo says, I've never understood why you need to reach a certain size to get monetized. The sooner a creator starts making content, the sooner YouTube can take their cut. You'd think that would be the case. Absolutely. Dick Harper says, it's all AI departments. Nightmare. Actual people do work at YouTube. They just don't want to deal with the plebs like us. That's for real. Let's see. Oh, that was Lore Master Chris. Okay. For the Ryan Cannell super chat. Briscoe says YouTubers run like Life Invader from GTA 5, just a bunch of overly sensitive hipster goofs dicking around all day. That is how I will now think of the YouTube offices. Oh, and who was that stunning and brave woman that took YouTube to task and went to the offices? Nightmare, you might know who I'm talking about. Rip to her. I'm trying to remember her name, but I can't. It's slipping my mind at the moment. Gabriel Knight says that sent to super chat to Ryan on G&G Daily. Bane of the Shield says, I think Grandmaster Chris sent the G&G super. Gabriel Knight, a suck ass Tano. Yep. Star Wars Grand says the Bane of Shields guy seems very familiar. I know, right? Nightmare says, but Andor, Rogue One, Mandalorian, etc. Oh, don't get me started on that shit. Dan Blackroyd, aka Liquid Blake, how are you doing today, sir? Saying, all you fools that never saw Thunderbolts, this is what you get. I hope they remember you. Timon says, I was on Kick after Rumble left. Oh, okay, yeah. Star Wars Grand says, Thunderbolts remains the best movie I've ever seen. Master class. Bane of the Shield says, Smash JT been putting in good work. And then New York Florida Man saying, I'm trying to raise awareness about these Astro shills. All right, now let's whew, I think we got into heavy stuff in. Let's go with a bit of fun here, and it's some gaming news that Hitman dropped into the Discord. So this all goes to him on this. And honestly, I've been seeing this around, and I gotta say, it's almost got me rather impressed. There you go, Hitman.
Let's see here.
Yep, Nightmare. R.I.P. Nasim Najafi Agdadam, aka the perfect woman you just mentioned. F's in the chat. All right, now. Great things abound. Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, really does have just 7 playable characters, and it's dividing fan. Oh, wait, why would we? No, let's not go with this. Why are we doing that?
I was upset with this. This made me mad.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anger. Good. Let's get the anger going. But yeah, and it's dividing fan opinion. And a shakeup for TT Games Lego series, the newly announced Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight features just a handful of playable heroes, even if many more DC characters will appear in the game as enemies or NPCs. Ooh. Something that is prompting plenty of fan debate. Typically, TT Games' LEGO Adventures include hundreds of characters to unlock and play as, with character collection a fun part of fully completing a LEGO game. TT Games' previous project, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, offered one of the biggest rosters yet, with around 400 characters depending on whether you own the base game or all of its DLC. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is taking a different approach, however, with an official Q&A page for the game confirming just 7 heroes will be playable and no supervillains. Oh. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight will feature 7 playable characters, including Batman, Jim Gordon, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, and Talia al Ghul. Reads the game's official Q&A. Each character is equipped with unique skills, combos, and gadgets like Batman's Batclaw, Jim Gordon's foam sprayer, Robin's line launcher, and Catwoman's whip. Then this makes it sound whip. This makes it sound like the game's focus is on providing a smaller number of distinct characters rather than hundreds of options with many gameplay similarities. Indeed, speaking to IGN at Gamescom, TT Games head of production Jonathan Smith said Legacy of the Dark Knight had been designed to focus more squarely on the story of the Bat family. This is wholly a Batman game to focus on the character to really bring that character. That's what I was when I saw the headline about just 7 characters, that I was like, well, it's telling the story of Batman, so that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But now I guess I'm in the wrong here. If this is sparking some fan debate here, let's see, that means that you still play as and with other playable characters, Jim Gordon, Catwoman, Robin, Batgirl, to round out the Bat family. Well, what about I mean, God, you got 4 Robins.
5.
5.
I think they're saying like 5, yeah.
And I mean, Jason Todd's alternative, and even Red Robin for. I mean, I think you just add them all in, right? But we think we. Oh no, wait! But this is all based off of the movies. So they haven't even touched some of those other characters yet.
Oh, there's a Stephanie Brown too.
But we think we really need to focus on Bruce Wayne and his story for that player journey, that player experience in Gotham. Additionally, for collecting, go ahead.
You can't have. Well, finish it and I'll
okay. Additionally, for Collectathon fans, the game's 7 characters will have multiple costumes to unlock. For example, Batman's suit options include his look from 2022's The Batman movie. I still haven't watched it. The animated Batman, the Brave and the Bold series. I haven't seen that one. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. I've seen those. Batman's original Golden Age comics. Oh, that's cool. Appearance plus, well, as his colorful rainbow Batman suit, which you can kind of see in the image here. On stage at Gamescom this week, Smith confirmed the appearance of multiple characters from DC Comics within the game, including Batmite and Condiment King. Oh, God. Though, to be clear, these will not be playable. Batmite sounds likely to pop up as a friendly NPC, while Condiment King feels most likely to be another non-playable villain. As a side note, Smith also said that Superman and Peacemaker would not appear in Legacy of the Dark Knight and gave a no comment to Harley Quinn, Bob the Goon, and Terry McGinnis. Oh, no. Following up with Nice Coat Guy from Batman Begins. And Nice Coat Guy. Oh. And amusingly, Warner Brothers Discovery boss David Zaslav. If it's If it's only 7 in the whole game, then I'm not buying. LOL. One fan wrote in a lengthy Reddit of course, fucking Reddit thread discussing the 7 character limit. Honestly shocked by this. Wrote another, adding that part of the fun of Lego games is the big rosters. Controversial opinion. I prefer 7 completely different characters to play than 200 that only changed their appearance. Countered another fan. I'm not against that. Said another, I understand what made the huge minifig rosters cool and neat, but I don't think it made for a better game over more refined play patterns that are super characters specific instead of a handful of interchangeable abilities and tools. Some fans have said this approach better fits a more story-led game, though others remain of the opinion that more Lego characters should be playable in the game's open world version of Gotham. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is set to launch on Nintendo Switch, PC via Steam and Epic Games Store, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and S. And there you go. Should I even find the trailer for?
Sure.
All right. But did you want to say something on this while I do that?
Well, I mean, so I don't know. It's like in the articles, like, you know, you had over 400 characters or whatever it was, however many characters, you know,
in
Star Wars. But I was irritated when I was like, only 7. It's like, well, we want to, you know, focus on the Bat family. I was like, well, you can't have the story of Batman without Joker or even Raish, or I mean
but that doesn't mean playable though. Like, you can have them in the game as NPCs, as villains and stuff like that, but it just means you can't play as them. That's all.
Well, then I think you should be able to. You need to be able to play as them.
Why do you think you need to be able to play as them?
So you can get it. So you can experience. I mean, it's one thing to be in the game, but like if you have a character as prominent as Ra's al Ghul and you can't play that character, I mean, now they're just teasing you. I feel like you should be able to play that character, right?
Okay, so I've only played the first Lego Batman game. And yeah, like in that you got to then flip side play as the villains, which I thought was fun. You got to see the villain side of the story and everything like that. But I mean, this is going in with the mindset of we're just focusing on Batman. I mean, if that's the focus, that's fine. And I mean, that obviously means that, yeah, he'll have interactions with Joker and stuff like that. And I think Joker appears in the trailer, doesn't he? But it doesn't mean that they're going to be excluded from the game. It just means you can't play as them in the game. And I don't think that necessarily takes away from it. You didn't get to play as the Joker in the Batman Arkham in the Batman Arkham Asylum. That was still a fantastic and amazing game.
I mean, yeah, but with
I understand where people are coming from when they talk about like what Lego is known for having all, and I get that. I 100% do. And by all means, voice your opinions, tell them how you feel about it, and maybe they'll do something about it. I'm an outsider. Like I said, I've only played the first Lego Batman game all the way through. I know, like, Dan Blackroyd saw the stream, and especially me suffering when it came to the simple as heck puzzles that I tried to get through because I was overcomplicating them in my brain. But that's excusing it. Even Spartacus made fun of me as well. But, so, like, I understand where people are coming from. I do, 100%. I'm just like, I guess just for story reasons, like I get their what they're going for. You know, the whole story and stuff like that. And I've already seen some of the gameplay. Like, it's Lego with Batman Arkham gameplay, which is insane. Who would have thought that it would be a Lego game that would pay homage to Arkham better than than WB from the main WB house with even the idiots that made the Suicide Squad. So anyway,
I would like to see more characters. I'm like, well, they're focusing on the Bat family. Like, I get that, but I mean, well, and the fact, like, well, they'll still be in the game. I don't know. I feel like, for me personally, like, I can see, like, your point is like, well, you weren't able to play as Joker in Arkham City. It's like, no, you're right, I wasn't. But in that game, what I enjoyed about that game is, once Batman not ingested, but got hit with the, Scarecrow's toxin, Joker, like, is in his head. So, again, in that game, he's already dead, but I don't know.
Arkham Knight, he was already dead.
In Arkham Knight, in Arkham City.
Yeah. Arkham City, he was just sick and dying.
Yeah. Arkham Knight, yeah, that's right. Because I'm currently playing through Arkham Knight. I don't know. And 7 characters seems like not a lot of characters for, a Lego game. And I guess maybe in the Batman guy, like, I'd like more characters.
More roster to play through, yeah. Well, I get it. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, there's always the Injustice games to play as other. I mean, that's a fighting game,
right.
But you're a little limited on how you play those characters. But that's at least.
So you're okay with there only being 7 characters, even though like that Joker and like whoever might be included are non-playable characters,
right? Because as they're detailing is that they are specializing the 7 characters that are going to be in the game. So it means that their gameplay will be a little more meaningful, hopefully. And to their word. So it would mean that they have actual different play styles, different feel to how they play and everything. Instead of just being like a generic tool that they might have over other characters, but otherwise they play very much the same way. So,
I mean, they could go like the old freaking, what was it? The Star Wars Rogue Squadron, where it's like you played as both the Rebellion and the Empire.
You mean Battlefront?
You had the option to that was it Battlefront? No, I thought Rogue Squadron or Squadron you were able to play. You played as I may have been Battlefront as well, but I thought it doesn't matter. But it's the
EA Squadrons.
Yeah.
That let you play as Rebel and the Imperials. But
so that would be a cool dynamic to where it's like, yeah, we want to focus on the Bat story, but you play like so. Yeah, you can play as the Bat family, but you also can play as the other side that tormented and were equally a part of the Bat family. Like, you don't have the Bat family without Joker. You don't have the. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know. I'm kind of sick and twisted, I guess, when it comes to that kind of stuff. But Joker, it's the trifecta, man. It's Gordon, Joker, and Batman and Bruce. I mean, you can't have Batman without Joker and Gordon. Just like you know what I mean? Like, and I might get slack for that, man. But
I like that you just set off Nerdy Neo. He said, that's Squadrons, not Rogue Squadron. Don't mix up Disney trash with real Star Wars.
Yes. Oh, God. Michael Stackpool.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. But, I think that'd be a cool dynamic. Well, it takes away from the story of that family. No, it doesn't. It just gives you it just gives you a better appreciation. Everybody says Joker was terrible. I think you just misunderstood.
Well, that's an opinion.
You don't agree?
I kind of go for Joker as being always a chaotic, evil motherfucker. So I don't think he's misunderstood.
I don't think he was chaotic.
I'd say he's pretty chaotic.
He's just organized chaos.
He had an occasional plan, sure, but he kind of thrived on chaos.
Well, Some people just want to watch the world burn.
This is true. All right, let's pull up this trailer really quick. Let me make sure the audio is being shared. There we go. All right.
I need to become more than a man. I need to become a symbol.
But what did you have in mind?
Who are you? I'm Batman. Why so serious? You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'm allergic to nuts.
Who's the man behind the mask?
I got you!
Oh, you think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born...
Oh no, the memes.
Who put that there? I could have really hurt myself.
Oh no, the memes, I could see them coming.
Guys, I was confused for a second there, but now it makes sense because it's Legacy of the Dark Knight, so I'm assuming this is a twist off Christopher Nolan's.
Yeah, it's like all the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the Penguin. Bringing Danny DeVito over freaking Colin Farrell. I'm not saying Colin Farrell did a bad job. I just when I think of Penguin, I think of
right,
Danny DeVito.
Well, and here's kind of some more that Melee Games had posted on X. I think this shows off a little bit more of the gameplay look of it, looking much more to.
Boy, howdy, they really don't want freaking. Oh, well, that makes sense. Never mind.
I mean, here it's supposed to be open world and everything. So,
is this a beta?
I think it was video gameplay that was shown off at Gamescom.
Oh, okay.
We'll take them together. No good.
So, couple things. One, do you have? I don't know. I'm kind of torn. It's like, because if this is a rip-off The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's, then you can't have Will Arnett do the voice, even though Will Arnett was the voice of the original Lego Batman. And two, where's Christian Bale? Why is he not doing the voice of it?
I don't think Christian Bale's done a video game Batman voice. Even when they had the Batman Begins game, I don't think they had that. Had him do it. I'll have to look that up. Hang on.
But why wouldn't you? I mean,
let's see. I think there's a Batman Begins video game.
And for Joker, I mean, there was it looked like a slight resemblance of Heath Ledger's voice, but are they doing AI, or is this a whole nother actor? voice actor.
Let's see. Let's see if they have anything on the Lego game yet. Okay. Nothing yet for voice actors or actors right now on this Lego Batman game. Nightmare's saying, I'm guessing this is Troy Baker. He did the Lego Batman game voices previously.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Will Arnett did the Batman, I believe, for the movies, for the Lego Batman movie, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so.
Why not
Nightmare? Of course they ginger-sided Gordon. Well, of course they did. They gotta stay with the current year, bro. Gotta stay with current year. The ginger side continues.
As long as there's no sex scenes between Batman and Barbara, I'm good.
That's such a low bar.
That's reserved for Nightwing and Barbara.
Yeah,
No,
I'm kind of with
just common decency.
I'm kind of with Duke Devil here. He says, Hitman, when I think of Penguin, I think of Burgess Meredith because that's what I watched when I came home from elementary school. Quack, 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 quack.
I mean, of course, but listen,
I only watched the reruns when I was a kid, but like
listen, we're all from the
Adam West
we're all
school
the
of
same
Batman.
generation. Yeah, oh yeah. That's the thing. We're all of the same generation. So yes, you know, of course, but not these kids. No one's gonna know. These kids nowadays aren't gonna know who Cesar Romero was or Adam West. Maybe I don't even think there's memes out there to where they kid or not gonna know the original, cast from the TV show, which is absolutely fantastic, man. I used to be terrified of getting dehydrated as a kid. I thought my dad, if I disrespected my dad or something, he would dehydrate me just like Penguin did. But it brings up an interesting thing. I know we've talked about this and either in person, I don't know, on the show, but there was a picture one time I saw of all the Jokers. It had Cesar Romero and Heath Ledger and Jared Leto and Jack Nicholson, and attached it to each drug of the era, which I thought was super interesting because if you watch the movies and if you watch the Joker, the actor that portrayed the Joker, you could see similarities with that drug. So I'll give you an example. Cesar Romero, PCP. Jack Nicholson was cocaine. Heath Ledger was meth. Jared Leto had no brains. I think Jared Leto may have been meth, and Heath Ledger was I forget what it was, but it was very interesting because you could see similarities with how Jack Nicholson, I keep saying Nicholson, how he acted or betrayed the Joker. I always get him the golfer. Anyways, it was just interesting. But I also saw a picture. It had all the Jokers, and it was like, "Thank you," but it thank you for all you did. But it was like Jared Leto was in the middle, so it was like thank you.
Oh, but not you. Yeah. But not you.
But not you. Yeah. I hate Jared Leto. Ugh.
I'm now trying to find that of all the Jokers paired with drugs.
It is very interesting, but I know for sure. Yeah, it was Cesar Romero's PCP.
So yeah, I do see one where it's here. I think you should be able to see it in Discord. So yeah, I have it where it's got the LSD.
I'm sorry, not PCP.
For
heroin, yeah,
and cocaine for Jack Nicholson, heroin for Heath Ledger, and then meth. But there is this one here where it's acid, cocaine, heroin, meth, Ambien, and bath salts. For this, I guess it's later one.
Yeah, he was. I think he was a he was a
So-
cameo in the Batman.
The Twilight
Reeves.
Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, with Jared Leto. That. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, and it's not PCP. He
He's
would've been unstoppable.
he's so edgy. He has damaged across his forehead.
And we don't consider so there. Though what's funny about this picture here is there's actually only 3 Jokers, actual Jokers, because the other 3 we don't consider them actual Jokers.
Which ones don't you consider Jokers?
Well, the bottom 3.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix, the bath salt guy, and the woman
And the meth head.
Joker. Yeah, the woman Jared Leto Joker. Oh yeah.
I still haven't watched that movie, so I don't
The
know.
greatest debate, though. Well, one of the biggest debates going on right now. Well, not right now, but in my head, rent free is which is worse Batman, Ben Affleck or George Clooney? And I have started fights in my head over this. So I don't.
Funny thing is, I believe you doing that.
Yeah, I can't. And if you ask me, I still to this day I can't come with a conclusion. At least George Clooney had the respect to say that. Yeah, he was on live television. Said, "Yeah, I shouldn't have taken that role. I F Batman up." I was like, "Thank you so much for saying that 20 years after you did the movie." But Ben Affleck, man, like, ugh. I think there was, yeah, not going there. We'll be on that subject for another 15 minutes.
I was gonna, I don't have a lot of problems with Ben Affleck's Batman. So
I just don't like I don't know. I just feel like gives me Frank Miller vibes, but like they just did it wrong, man. I saw this video that did. I hate the word triggered because it makes me sound like
right,
just woke like and whatnot. But like I was so. I saw this video where it's like the greatest fight scene out of all the Batman movies was like was in the Ben Affleck ones where it was like just Arkham Asylum. It was like Arkham City.
Yeah.
And I was like, did you not see the fight scene between I don't know Batman and Ra's al Ghul like on the ice? Thought that was that's an iconic scene. Or there's so many more fighting scenes than like that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the times that's them playing up to the hot button at the moment sort of thing. Like what's the way, especially if you're talking about, like, you're seeing this a lot with YouTubers and stuff like that. Yeah, they're gonna put over the current thing, certainly more over than the previous. So yeah, that's of course gonna be part of that.
Someone's gonna sit there and say, "Hey, man, that was such a boring scene when they're on the lake." It's like, no, it wasn't, because it was they were training together, but it was also Batman. Like Ra's was trying to teach Bruce a lesson there, which was equally as beautiful as them fighting. And I get so mad. People just want, and they just oh god, just piss me off. Sometimes I wish I was Ra's on the lake and I would hit them, hit the ice and just watch them, just freeze to death. Freeze your stupidity.
Oh no. Let's see here. Just going back through the chat really quick. Dan Black rated said, less about the puzzles, more about the story. It's going to be a highlight reel of the movies in regards to the Batman Lego game.
Yeah.
Star Wars Grant says, Jason Todd seems nice. I hope he doesn't die. Star Wars.
Soon. Why did you say that? That's too soon. That's terrible.
The boy that was voted to die. Star Wars Grant says I'm more into Batfink than Batman. Dan Blackheart said it could lead into a Lego Batman Beyond if they don't cover that aspect of the character in this. The entirety of Bruce's timeline. That would be pretty cool. It'd be nice to see some love paid to Batman Beyond. That was a pretty cool.
Oh God,
show
I
back
thought
in
you
the
said
day.
I thought you were going to bring up Barbara and him.
I tried. They did that in that too, didn't they?
Yeah, and Killing Joke.
Or like they alluded to it or something. I don't think they outright said it, but they were like, oh, which just seemed to be this weird ship that the creator was really into for some reason. Why, I don't know, but Star Wars Screen says Crybaby should go play with real Lego. Nightmare says it's not for me, but I hope people who are interested like it. Timon says Lego games are only fun if you are a fan of the franchise they are made of. They are playable memorabilia. I mean, I thought, because I played that first Lego Batman game and I had fun with it beyond the idea of just memorabilia or anything. Like, it was a fun and entertaining game. Like, and it was, even though it didn't have the voice acting, they did a good job with like the pantomiming and stuff like that. It brought its humor to the story and all that in that regard.
You know what's so sick about that Killing Joke? And you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is hypocrite because J. Hitman loves the Joker. I do love the Joker. Suck a fart." What's so disgusting about the whole Barbara Gordon and Batman thing is because Dick Grayson, if anybody knows within the comics, Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson had a thing. Nightwing had a thing, and so if you think about it, Barbara was really attracted to a grandpa, in a sense.
God.
It's kind of like the inverted version of robbing the cradle, like you're robbing the grave almost. Like, it's really like, that's, if you think about it, like, because again, Bruce has always been kind of these father figures to the Robins.
Right.
And that's not, I mean, you know, and so it's just weird.
It's pretty
in
twisted.
In the animated movie, they didn't tell the age difference between. I mean, that's almost as bad as Anakin and Padme, man. If you think about it.
What?
Oh no, that's worse because there was only like a 12-year gap between the two. This is like a 40-year gap, 30-year gap.
He was 9. She was what, 13?
Oh, she was at least 16.
Well, within the story, he was 9, she was 13. So, you know,
I thought there was more of a distance. I thought there was more of a distance.
4 years difference.
Neither here nor there. Much worse is
actor-wise. Yes, there may have been more of a gap, but
it's Barbara in her her 20s dating a 40-year-old.
So yeah. Star Wars Grant says the Lego games, in my opinion, haven't been good since Lego Star Wars 2. Oh, okay. Brandon Trent says the last big DC game TT Games made was Lego DC Supervillains, which came out in 2018. The story of playing as the villains against Justice Syndicate from Earth 3 was fun. I don't know if I have that game in my stockpile, but I know I think I have it on my wish list for Steam. So if it gets dropped on sale enough, I may have to grab that at some point, especially because Spartacus gifted me the 3 Lego Batman games. So I need to get through the other 2. And then it's because like I feel like I need to get through those 2, especially with then this Batman game on the horizon and everything. So I know they're not connected, but it feels like I'd have to get through them before I jumped into that for some reason.
Side thing, really quick. Did you end up rewatching all the Ninja Turtles on your days off?
All of them? No.
Yeah, your favorite.
Oh, that's right. I meant to
interviews.
rewatch the third one.
Yeah,
Because I like it is. I have on my hard drive. I have the first two. I just don't
think
have
the
the
second-
third. I just don't have the third one.
I think the second outdoes the first. I really like the second one. Oh no, don't.
So I like the second one, but I prefer the first one much more because it's got a better balance of that gritty tone with that cartoon feel, because it's based so strongly off the comic for that first movie, and they do a good job of kind of adding in some of the cartoon antics that are known from the cartoon. Secret of the Ooze just kind of amped up the cartoonishness a little too much for me. I mean, as a kid, I freaking loved it to death, of course. But the one thing that always also bugged me was that we had Toka and Razar instead of Bebop and Rocksteady. Like, how did you not put them into this?
No, and it's a fair point.
That was a miss right there, because
I don't know how you like. I guess how would you enter? Well, I guess it's.
I mean, you almost.
No.
I mean, you just needed, but like Toka and Razar were still kind of cool designs, but I mean, all it was a snapping turtle and a wolf. But you know, they still looked the puppetry looked freaking cool. The animatronics and stuff like that looked awesome because again, Jim Henson. So it looked awesome, but I don't know, like. Just some of it just doesn't sit as well as the first one did. But I mean, hey, we got Kevin Nash as Super Shredder at the end, and we got, go ninja, go.
Oh yeah, iconic.
You can't go wrong with the ninja rap. And I always did like their new underground subway home. I always thought that was kind of a neat idea. But I was kind of bummed they recasted the original April, and
from
like I said,
Hogue.
Yeah, Jennifer Hogue, and I missed the more kind of gritty tone that the original had.
Ooh, I'm trying to think who did the original April O'Neil from.
What do you mean?
Who are you? What did she not? Was there a different one in the first one or no?
Yeah.
Who was the actor? Because all I know is Judith Hogue did.
Judith Hogue was the original. No, she was. That was the first Ninja Turtles movie.
Okay.
The second one, and the gal in the second one continued on into the third movie.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
You are correct. Who did the second one then?
Hang on.
Oh, Paige Turco.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. That's what. So she must have did.
Melissa Lord Bick backs up the Judith Hogue is April in TMNT 90s. Dan Blackroyd pointed out Paige Turco.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought Judith Hogue they should have kept her.
I do. Because she even she had April's redesign from the comic in the first movie. Like in the comic, there's a point where she does get her hair all curled up and everything. That was then Judith in the first movie. Like she had April's look down pat.
Yeah.
And I think that was partly because she got feedback and tips and stuff like that from Robin Williams, because he was a big fan of the Ninja Turtles already. And so he was giving pointers and everything.
Yeah, that I do think.
So I think that's where some of that came from.
But you don't. But them changing April, that's not the proponent as to why you aren't.
No, it's just like I said, to some of the tone and like some of the slight redesign to the turtles, they look a lot friendlier and stuff like that. For some of them, even Raph a little bit, like a little bit bigger eyes here and there for some of them. But
I see.
But it was mainly, like I said, they lost that tone, and I think they probably should have shifted from Shredder, especially after the fact Casey Jones just squished him in the back from the back of a garbage truck.
Which one is?
Go ahead.
Well, which was the one where people were saying that you could see in the 4K version, you could see the heads out of their mouth.
So yeah, when we went and saw it in theaters, I was waiting for that to happen, and it's the scene when Raph wakes up and Donnie and April are in the doorway, and Donnie starts to laugh, and you could see that motherfucker in the mouth of Donatello.
Really?
I was paying attention. I was like, oh my god. Otherwise, like, I didn't notice it with the other scenes. It's just that one scene where it really sticks out. So long as you are paying attention, it sticks out. Otherwise, like everybody else, it's fine.
And then what was your because you don't like the third one.
I certainly wasn't a big fan of it, no. Okay. Again, I might need to rewatch it, but like it is, even as a kid, I could notice the sharp decline in the quality of the suits for the turtles. Like it nosedives in that third movie, which is sad.
Which is so interesting because all three movies are within a year of each other. I think.
Yeah, I know. Well, 1990, 93 for Turtles 2, but it would have been 91, I believe, for Secret of the Ooze.
Okay, so
it was like 2 years after that for the third one.
Oh, you're right. So 90 was the first, 91 for Secret of the Ooze, and
because it's funny the whole re-release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 in theaters has done freaking surprisingly well, that they've gotten a second week in theaters. Right. So for any of you that missed it and want to see it in theaters, it's still gonna be available. And now, because of its success next year for the 35th anniversary, because I mean, like it's a year apart from each other. For the Secret of the Ooze 35th anniversary next year, they're gonna do showings of it in theaters for that. So look forward to that.
And to your point, that it's kind of interesting that you say, yeah, third wasn't my favorite, because if you go to try to buy them, 1 and 2 are by far more expensive than 3.
Right.
Like if you go to Apple, right, both 1 and 2 are $12.99, and then for number 3 is only $9.99. But again, that's very odd that like within the 4 years of each other, and this is Jim Henson, right, the company
for the first two, yes,
yeah, for the first two, you wouldn't think that there would be any type of decline with. I mean, Jim Henson, the company, I mean, they've prided themselves on quality over quantity.
Yeah.
So it's got. I don't remember the third one. I'll need to go back and watch it. I do remember just being absolutely terrified when I first saw Shredder. I think I peed out my butthole the first time I saw it. I thought it was just terrifying, right? But
well, it just kind of sucked because they brought the Casey Jones actor back for that one. It's like, oh no. For the third one.
Elias Koteas?
Koteas,
yeah. Koteas. So mad that what was the problem with Judith? Did you ever
I've never gotten to really look into it. So I'll have to at some point, but I have not like deep dived into why she didn't return. Maybe scheduling conflicts, maybe.
Yeah. Such a shame, because she did I remember growing up watching it, and she embodied like April O'Neil. Like you brought up like the kind of grittiness and whatnot, and then you get this Yahoo April Turco or whatever. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't know her I just don't know her, what she's played in. I'm not saying she's a bad actor, but it's like going from Tobey Maguire to Tom Holland.
Yeah. Something like that.
She doesn't have the grittiness, and she doesn't embody April O'Neil, you've always, it's always been like she's like a redhead. That's the thing. You can
It was more ginger side. More ginger side.
She wasn't ginger. Who was ginger?
Her
April.
or April.
I was red. With a like red and ginger had a baby, and that was her. But April, I keep on calling her Turncoat.
Turncoat? Why?
I don't know. She just reminds me of a turncoat.
Oh, really? Melissa Lord says Judith Hogue complained about the violence in the first one and wouldn't come back. Huh?
Really?
Interesting.
What violence?
All the martial arts, kicking people in the faces and stuff like that. The funny thing is, when I was watching it, I was paying attention to some of the fights and stuff. It's hilarious how you'll see like Raph and Leo not really hit them with the enemy, the foot soldiers and stuff like that with their weapons. The only time anybody like takes a cut from Leo is Shredder at the end. And even then, like, it's quick. You don't really see the wound much, and that's it. But otherwise, like, there's no stabbing. It's just beating people up with either the bow staff or kind of smacking people with the swords, I think. It was funny to see like how far they go to avoid really using their weapons. And I mean, that was also, I think, because of who it was geared towards, but
yeah. Here's a fun question. Who's the most powerful turtle of them all?
I don't know. The whole point is that they're stronger united.
Yes.
Together they are stronger, but separate they have their weaknesses.
I think
the most balanced is probably Leonardo.
Oh, I think Donatello. Why do you say Leonardo?
Donatello is too much of the creative thinking one. Leo is very much the one that embodies the whole aspect of being a ninja. Because you even see it like he takes it more seriously. He is more
body a ninja,
huh?
You're telling me Donatello does it? First of all, before we start this conversation, to give context to the audience, who's your favorite turtle?
As a kid, I would have been between Mikey and Raph. As I've gotten older, I'd lean a little more towards Leo, mainly because I'm a sucker for dual weapons. The two swords is always a win for me.
You racist bastard. You give no love to Donatello.
He's not always been my favorite. That's all. I mean, his bow staff is cool and all, but it's just not been my favorite.
It takes.
Listen, you had Mikey. Mikey was it was the embodiment of fun and joking around and stuff like that. And hey, he's the pizza lover. And what better than oh God, why am I? But anyways, Raph, as a kid, I was an angry little kid, and I kind of looked at Raph as that embodiment of just anger and rage. But with even Splinter says he's trying to give him a proper outlet and trying to focus him in the right direction, but he's just such a hothead and hard-headed in his ways that he's having a tough time. But it's like as you get older, it's like, well, somebody more that has themselves a little more focused, a little more centered and everything. That's where kind of Leo comes in.
Well, I was bullied as a kid, so naturally I like Donnie's my guy. You would be Raph, hot-headed, aggressive, and strong. that would embody you. What did you say the other one was, Raph, and then who did you like?
Michelangelo.
Let's see what his characteristics are. Yeah, you're true. Fun-loving, pizza-obsessed. But I've never seen you eat pizza.
You haven't been at work recently.
Yeah, that's true. I hear there's just been pizza for days. God, boy, howdy, did they really just screw the pooch going from Jim Henson to like, I know a lot of this is CGI, but like the one with Megan Fox, it is.
Oh God, those ones are terrible.
They look like freaking orcs from freaking Lord of the Rings almost. Kind of, actually, Michelangelo kind of looks like my ex-wife in this picture a little bit.
Briscoe says, if anything, there should have been more violence. There really should have been. and says the last Ronin is the most strongest, obviously. And if you've read that comic, you know who that is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think some people disagreed with who the last Ronin was, but I think it worked perfectly. Especially if if you then like take even into effect, like think of like how he behaves in like the movie and how he kind of, and I wish they recut it to the way it should have been. So not only did you have that scene in the beginning when he's waiting for the pizza guy, and everything, and he kind of the way he kind of jokingly like ignores Donatello's question about, you know, them not having Master Splinter. But then later on when they're at that farm, when they show who's punching the punching bag and also kind of just like screaming into the void on that hill, that's supposed to be Michelangelo. And it is. But they redubbed it to sound like Raph. And it's such a disservice because it really shows another side to Michelangelo. And because like it is when in the movie when Splinter appears to them through the bonfire, he's the one tearing up and crying the hardest. Because of just, you know, he had it possibly in like the back of his head sort of thing, but he just didn't want to admit it or talk about it. But then being faced with all of it, it really kicked him. And so that like I said, I wish they didn't change some of those scenes up the way they did. Because it seemed like with those movies especially, they're trying to put this and like since then, they've always been trying to put this focus on Raphael. I don't know why, but that's always been kind of the focus.
Leo's supposed to be the leader, though.
Yeah, Leo is kind of the de facto leader.
Just because he's the oldest, but that's still.
I don't know if they're what the hierarchy really is considered, but I mean, like it is. I have always liked how in the original comics they all wore the red bandanas, so they all kind of basically looked alike in a sense. That was certainly like how they could hide who a potential real leader was, especially then if they just switched up their weapons. That's always okay. Nightmare saying he's got to go for now. Have a good stream, fellas. Thank you, man. Thanks for hanging out as you could. Much appreciated. Have a great night, Nightmare. But yeah,
I don't know why they changed that. That's interesting.
Well, one of it was for the cartoons, for merchandising, for toys and stuff like that. It makes it a lot easier to identify each turtle that way. My problem has always been nowadays is the over design. Like they have to make the turtles basically wear their personalities. And I'm like, but that doesn't need to happen. Like even rewatching the movie through their actions, through what they do, you get a sense of their personality. You don't need them wearing, this is how you know Raph is the tough one with the do-rag and stuff like that. It's like, no, knock it off. Just let their
I was a fan of it.
Just let their personality speak for themselves. So, and I'd be even willing to take it a step further and let's go to the origins, give them all the red bandanas and let's have some fun. So
listen, there's nothing wrong with being wrong, and everybody has to be. I mean, you know, someone's got to be wrong, and I just think Donatello's the leader. He's the best.
I think each turtle plays their role as they need to.
Yeah, but it is funny because in the movie, forget which one it was, but. Did Leo end up fighting? I need to go back and watch it. It's been so long, but did he take like the leader role? Like they're all getting when they were fighting Shredder. Like he's the one that like I don't know. I'm gonna go watch it again tonight.
Well, the funny thing is, when I was rewatching it, I mean, they're all trying to fight Shredder at the same time at the end of the first movie.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is it's Leo that ends up flying off the handle at one point and getting himself into the most trouble instead of Raph. And it kind of shows a bit of a crack in his armor, that he kind of has that moment and everything, to especially when in regards to Splinter and just the taunting of how, you know, especially because right now they have no real idea whether or not Splinter is alive, when they believed he was. But now being faced with Shredder and everything, it's hard to tell. So he has like a moment of, you'd almost say like maybe like a moment of doubt or something like that, and flies off the handle and gets himself into trouble along with the rest of them. But also, I thought when I was like really, you know, just sitting there and watching, I was like, oh dang, this is a great way of doing this. So more turtle talk.
Always good though. Never dull moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Splinter took out Shredder in one little move, says Briscoe. Oh, it's what's funny too is in the comic, it's reversed. Like the beginning of the book, they kill Shredder off the bat. Well, it's kind of the same scenario where they get him hanging off the side of the building, and he tries to throw a grenade at them, and it's like they do like a whole like knockback, or he just falls off, and he gets blown up by his own grenade, but he gets killed, and Splinter has his revenge. Meanwhile, yeah, like I mean it's kind. Splinter just quickly showed just how what his basically like his power level, like he was able to flip Shredder just like that over the side of the building, and through Shredder's own I mean it was his own self-destruction almost, as he tried to take an extra move on him, throw a knife at him, and then this Splinter just lets his ass go, falls into the back of a garbage truck. Casey Jones just walks up and just goes, "Oops," and crushes him in the damn back of the damn garbage truck. Like when I first rewatched that movie after a long time, I was like, "Holy crap! I watched this as a little kid." And just the flippancy of Casey Jones just going whoops and crushing Shredder with the garbage truck like that is freaking brutal. Because then you even see on the side of the back of the truck this big blood smear right in there. It's like it's not showing everything, but it shows just the right amount of things to give you that impression of, holy crap, he just got squished.
No, I really don't want them, you know, talking about this stuff, I really don't want them touching Last Ronin, because the comic got really great, you know, it was received well, and I don't think they would do it right. The only way that I would support it and allow it, like I have a say, but is if the Jim Henson company and some type of, if they went back and didn't do any CGI, if they went with like live actors in suits, that's the only way that I'd want to see it. Because CGI, I don't think, I mean, clearly they've proven that CGI sucks when it comes to turtles, and and you'd have to have the right people, you know. This is a dumb question, I don't know, is the original cast from the Ninja, are they still alive?
Like the voice actors for the Turtles stuff, as far as I know, yes. It's just some.
There was talk about a live action Last Ronin, but I don't know if it ever came to fruition and where it's at. But
as far as I am aware, the people that provided the voices are still alive. It's just like, I don't know who would be coming back. Because I mean, like it is. I know one of the voices was Corey Feldman, so he's kind of has an interesting place in Hollywood right now. But yeah,
what's his curious place? Not familiar.
It's a big long history that you'd have to look into. Although the voice of Splinter, I don't know. Okay, yeah, it looks like he's still around. Brian Tochi, Robbie Wrist. Yeah, I think all the turtles are still alive. I think a lot of them have been appearing at conventions recently too, together. So Nerdy Neo says he likes turtles. I like turtles. He has 3 of them. Oh, that's cool. I had a turtle as a kid. Briscoe says, it's okay though, Filter. Shredder survived. Yes, he did. I know. I think that's also this part of it, like, God dang it, he lived after that. Oh.
Yeah, you can't kill Shredder.
I mean, you know. Yeah. Dan Blackroy says, the lights are on, but I don't know if anyone is home for Corey Feldman. That's kind of true, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of a way of
playing the children one off.
He's an interesting fella. I mean, I just wish, because he's gone off and on about wanting to expose the groomers in Hollywood, and because of his friend Corey Haim and what happened to him. But he still refuses to name names. So, at least last I knew. So he'll keep riling on about that stuff, but nothing of substance comes out. So unfortunately, it makes the whole claim look like bunk. Even though, like, there's been plenty of this. No, I mean, hey, freaking, oh, what's his face? Harvey Weinstein, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
So, because there's been stories about Spielberg, about a lot of people in Hollywood. I mean, hey, we had Kevin Spacey as well. So, you know, there's enough out there, but like, yeah, he has not done anything to really help fight that. Because then he's just kind of now seen as a crazy person. So.
Yeah.
Briscoe says Shredder should have been revived by the ooze and been Super Shredder through the whole movie. Oh. That could have been interesting.
I'm gonna go watch the second one now. Maybe they get more credit than it's being.
No, like it is. Like, I don't mind it. I just prefer the first one. That's all.
No, I know. It's what we've talked about. It's always hard to beat the first.
Yeah. Sometimes sequels can outdo the originals, but you know, I just think this is one of those situations where the first one just kind of stands tall and overshadows the rest of them. And it's funny considering like they had a minimal budget, they had very minimal time to make this that movie, but man, they threw out a banger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know if they'll put the second and third one in theaters when it's their anniversary.
Probably. Especially if the second one does well as well. They'll be like, well, in a couple of years for the 35th anniversary of I can't believe those are 30
crazy.
I can't believe those are 35 years old. When I just got done saying that, I'm like, those are all 35 years old.
Like,
except for the third one right now. They're still a couple years off. I'm like, oh my God.
Dinosaur, man. I felt old when Attack of the Clones hit 20 years, man.
What's that?
I felt old when Attack of the Clones hit its 20-year anniversary.
Oof. Yeah, go figure, right?
But
So.
what a time to be alive, right? To have witnessed greatness that was.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Is it just select theaters that are playing? Oh no, never mind. Found it.
I was gonna say, just go through like Fathom events and they'll have it on there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dan Blackroyd says a lot of parallels between the original TMNT and Thunderbolts. Both grounded, excellent entries into pantheon of amazing comic book movies based in New York City. What a time to be alive. Thanks, Kevin Feige. Dan Blackroyd, you always know how to bring us right to the perfect place and understand just the brilliance of all this that is going on right now. Thank you so much. Really. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you, sir. We can't get much better than that. We have peaked. Thanks to the Thunderbolts.
People are better people because of Thunderbolts.
Exactly. Briscoe's asking, are you guys getting the Arrow Video TMNT trilogy? We talked about that last week, and I already have it pre-ordered. So yes, I am. I'm getting the one with the basically the movie, the first movie's poster as the cover. I just love that cover so much, and I just had to go with that one.
Here's an interesting question that I wanted to ask. So you said if I remember correctly, your favorite is Raphael, right? Raph.
Him and Mikey were kind of like my dueling favorites when I was a kid.
If you had to pick as of today at 6:35 or 6:50, who's your favorite?
Now I would say Leonardo.
Okay, well that didn't go where I thought it was going to go. What about Sheepster? Who is Sheepster's favorite? I think Sheepster and I are cut from the same cloth, so I would assume Donatello.
Sheepster, your favorite Ninja Turtle? Michelangelo.
This son of a... I'm out. I'm done. I quit. I tap. Michelangelo? That came out of complete left field.
He says he loves that goofy little bastard.
No, he did that on purpose. He heard me ask the question through your mic, and therefore that's why he.
Are you doubting the sincerity of the Sheepster?
Yes.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
That's in his wheelhouse. Unequivocally. You gave him a little wink, wink, and that's why he said Michelangelo. There's no reason why he would have picked Donatello.
Wow. Now my integrity is being brought into question here. How dare you? I'll not stand for this.
I'm privy to your ploys.
I asked him fair and square who his favorite Ninja Turtle was. He said Michelangelo.
Should have been Donatello.
Well, if I'm to be an exact quote, he said the one with the nunchucks. Right, and then he just said Raphael's second because of the anger issues, which he appreciated.
That tracks.
Oh, that one tracks. Oh, okay.
That one tracks.
That one tracks.
I'll give him that one.
He says he'll give you that one, Sheepster. No, he thinks I conned you into picking Michelangelo. That I gave you a wink, wink, and a nudge, nudge because his is Donatello. Too funny. God. Dan Blackbird says, I see through the illusions. How dare you? Briscoe says, yeah, I pre-ordered that one as well. Very nice. Dan Blackbird says, Hitman is unraveling again, just like with his DC book picks. Now, how the mighty have fallen.
Is this National Hate on J Hitman Day?
Well, hey, look at it. You got Timon, his favorite is also Donnie.
Thank you so much, Timon. You and I can connect
And look,
later.
Nerdy Neo as well. He asked which one uses the staff. That's my favorite. That is Donatello. Donatello uses the bow staff.
There's hope for Donnie as of now.
I have no ill will towards Donatello. He's
complicated to use a bow staff. Have you? When was the last time you tried to dance with the bow staff? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Probably when I was in my early teens, acting like a goofy kid.
Yeah, very hard. It takes a lot of intelligence to use the bow staff.
It does.
Not like the nunchucks where you just whip it around like a lightsaber whip.
You can do a lot of self-harm with a nunchuck, trust me.
The nutchuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Those things are nothing to take lightly. That's for damn sure. And Dan Blackroyd chooses Blastoise. Wow. Now he wins, I guess.
Yeah.
Most powerful of the turtles.
Most painful way to neuter you right there is with the old nunchuck.
You know what? I take back. I choose Gamera.
Who's the rip-off version of Godzilla that you yelled at me about that one time where I posted you
That is it
Gamera?
Yeah, the giant nuclear turtle.
It's not a turtle, he's an iguana.
What? Iguana?
He's an iguana. Yeah,
No.
he's just like Godzilla. Literally.
Gamera is a turtle.
Are you sure?
The
I think
iguana
he's an
iguana is the 1998 Godzilla. With Matthew Broderick and everything. That one's the iguana.
Fantastic movie.
Nerdy Neo says you're more likely to hurt yourself with nunchucks. Yes, you are. That's why Jay Hitman said the nutchucks.
Yeah, the nunchucks. Yeah. Oof.
Oh no. What did I do?
Bruce Lee made it look so simple.
He really did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Briscoe's asking if there's any Venus fans here. No, there's not. And yeah, Zilla 98. And now I can't get Nerdy Neo's message off the screen. Oh, okay, there we go. Briscoe says we went through this iguana Godzilla conversation before. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes, he's an iguana.
Yes. Okay. Well, we are getting about time.
We didn't get through like a fourth of the stuff that we wanted.
We were so focused on
YouTube, the boom tube.
Well, the whole YouTube thing. And speaking of, since we had earlier Sith Bane of the Shills, if anybody that isn't or hasn't already, here is a link to his channel. Go and give him some support if you haven't. There you go. It's in the chat. Go and give Bane of the Shills some support. He's at 90 subscribers right now, I think. Hang on. 98 subscribers. So if you haven't already,
okay, I found him, subscribed. He should have one more.
Awesome. Nerdy Neo's asking, are you going to get back to watching Stargate? Well, this one here has had such a limited window on Saturdays.
We should probably get back to it, though.
We should. We really should.
Instead of Stargate, we should ask the chat if anybody if they want to watch Strange New Worlds.
No, Stargate. I'm going full authoritative dictator here, and I'm saying Stargate. No strange new worlds. If we're gonna go back to watching anything, it'll be back to watching Stargate.
Okay, fine. We can watch STD.
You really test my patience sometimes.
Hey, it's the Donatello in me, right?
Not necessarily, but okay. Dan Blackbird says we haven't even started the Thunderbolts watch party yet. Oh no. Oh no. Briscoe with the Justice for Purist hashtag. Let's go. And also said I already subscribed earlier today. Let's freaking go. Dan Blackbird says Greg wants you all to watch Strange New Worlds. If only to make us suffer, yes. But even that, I don't think he'd want to do. Briscoe is saying Sequest. Oh, now there's a suggestion. I haven't even watched that. That could be like an interesting, complete, first time watch sort of thing. We'll have to. We really should think of new little ideas like that. And maybe
I came up with Strange New Worlds. S&T.
Brandon Trent says, last question for the night. Let's go. All right. When talked about Gunn's Superman a few weeks ago, did you guys talk about the song choices similar to Guardians, like 5 Years Time and Punk Rocker by Teddy Bears? No, in fact, nothing of the soundtrack really came up. The only thing we were really talking about was more of just the story and everything else going on in it. The soundtrack was not even, and that wasn't really
contention.
Yeah, it wasn't really. I mean, the only thing I said was that I thought punk rock is gay, but that was about it. But and I think they're complete posers, anyways. I thought it was silly that he had a punk rock band on his wall, but. Otherwise, yeah, the soundtrack really didn't stick out. It didn't stick out like Guardians to me. Like Guardians soundtrack especially with the licensed music really stuck out. This Superman movie, not so much for me, at least. What about you?
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. Yeah, no.
So
the music was far better in Man of Steel, in my opinion. If you're comparing the two, at least in my opinion.
I mean, certainly, I think less on like licensed music and more of its own soundtrack. Yeah. So in a sense, that it stands alone a little better than being maybe dated. But
I'm waiting for Christopher Nolan to do Superman, the Superman that we deserve. That didn't get.
Dan
Blackbird. James has notorious from that, though. It's like, yeah, you think like Guardians of the Galaxy, and yeah, it's very interesting.
Dan Blackbird says the first episode of Sequest is like a movie length pilot. It's worth it, even if you just stop there. Really? Oh, that's interesting to know. And that's the Sequest. Okay, we are thinking the same Sequest, right? With Roy Scheider from Jaws. Unless I'm thinking of something else. Because I'd still be kind of interested. Because now I'm thinking I've got things mixed up.
Should be the same one, I would assume.
I think that's the one, yeah. Okay, yeah. Dan Blackbird, says, Sequest DSV. Brandon Tran says Punk Rocker by Teddy Bears was probably chosen by James Gunn because he wanted Clark to have a rebellious side and a fan of punk rock. So kind of more of his own little inserts there. I mean, I guess I kind of see that too. The idea then of rebelling against his biological family and what they desired for him, and more to what his adoptive parents wanted. There's that aspect, I'm guessing, and then just kind of what he's already doing as a superhero is, I mean, it's considered vigilantism, so that's kind of his own rebellious thing, maybe. I don't know, but I didn't even consider that, Brandon. That's a good little point to that. Yeah. So new little tidbits. I like that. That's a good question, sir.
Very good indeed.
Dan Blackroyd with none of James Gunn's Superman makes sense when you dig under the surface of his family, both biological and adopted. What was this? What was kind of funny though is recently how Duke Devil 95 he was telling us how him and his basically wife they sat down and watched it, and she's a complete normie. She's not into all of this, and even she kind of like looked at him at one point and said, but why are they like, why is his adoptive parents like rubes? Like they're like hillbilly redneck idiots. So, it's kind of interesting when you get somebody that's completely outside the sphere kind of going, well, what the hell is with this?
Yeah.
Dan Blackguard says it's like he has interacted with both of them for the first time in the movie. That's the problem with that movie, though, is like you are just being plopped right in the, for the audience too, because it's like you're just being plopped right into the middle of a story being told, and it's even kind of like from Big Lebowski. You're like a child that wanders into the middle of a conversation. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. I mean, that's basically what happens for the audience. You are wandering into the middle of a conversation and you're trying to understand who the fuck, what the hell, what is all of this? And you're basically just kind of told, shut the fuck up and watch. And that's where I had a problem with it, is that it just doesn't have what Man of Steel even had, which was at least an origin story to build upon. Granted, they didn't do any follow-ups with any decency in that regards, but yeah, so it, like, you at least have Man of Steel that has the origin story, but this is just walking into the middle of a conversation and just being confused as all hell, and you're just trying to catch up with it all. Briscoe says Blue Thunder with Roy Scheider is an awesome movie. Oh, I've heard about that one. Yeah. Well, here we did have a bunch of topics lined up.
Just a few.
And instead we got so focused on
the boom tube
and the alternatives and all of that stuff. But it was still fun regardless. I had fun. I hope you all had fun too. So I think we'll be calling it here for the night. Bada boom, bada bang. But again, as always, a big thank you to the Briscoe 1234, Dan Blackroyd, Brandon Tran, Static 2020, Nerdy Neo, Blackpilled Timon, Nightmare, Melissa Lord. We had Bane of the Sith, Duke Devil 95, Greg Hates Everything, Star Wars Scran. Slowly but surely, I'm starting to memorize everybody's name. New York, Florida Man. Gabriel Knight, Decrepit, Bane of the Shills.
Static was in here.
I did mention Static. Yep. Just going through the chat really quick here. Tehalim 29. I don't know if that's the first time you've been to the channel, but again, thank you very much for dropping on by. Everybody, thank you very much and especially you repeaters. Always a big thank you. Soul Assassin. Another new I think over here, because I know I've seen Charles Ratcliffe over on Grizzy's channel. Jordan Star Wars. Let's see here. I believe that is just about everyone, and if I missed you, I am so sorry. But Briscoe's asking, what were the topics? Well, besides, of course, the Lego Batman, we did have we were gonna potentially talk about the Metal Gear Solid Delta release. We did have Cracker Barrel, Gears of War, and some more DC nonsense with WB Games and Batman. It looks like a handheld discussion with the Asus. and a Spider-Man Brand New Day article. But like it is,
Race
always for
swapping.
another. Oh, more
Beautiful.
race swapping. Oh, marvelous.
Probably.
But you know, always a subject for another time, because like it is, some stories they linger. They don't always get a solve, so you can always come back to some of these. But otherwise, that was some of them. I did want to bring up and Brandon Tran. I'm sorry if I forgot to mention you. I thought I did, but yes, Brandon Tran, thank you for being here. As always, I mean, you were probably among the first that's been in our chat ever since.
Him and Sentinel, yeah.
Sentinel was another one that was around early on. We
Yeah,
haven't
Brandon
seen
Tran's
Sentinel for a
OG.
while.
Tran's
But
OG.
Brandon Tran is OG. Much respect, man. Much great appreciation for that. Brandon Tran did say the new retcon for Superman's change that his adopted parents made him a hero for the new canon was actually inspired by John Bryan's 1980s Superman comic. Huh, interesting. Timon with the bye-bye. Briscoe says, definitely do the Metal Gear Solid Delta talk next week. Yeah, especially with it being released. I'm still debating whether or not I even want to pick it up. I might just end up replaying Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence instead. Timon says, I'm going to set a poll. How many times can I rewatch Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis before Saturday Night Sith finishes watching Stargate SG-1? You know, you could probably finish them a couple of times over. But with that, guys, thank you all so much. Again, without you guys, we'd just be a couple of goofs shouting out at clouds into the internet. But thank you all for showing up as you do week after week. We of course appreciate it. And with that, we will, of course, see you same bat time, same bat channel next week. You can also catch us on Duke Devil 95's channel Wednesday mornings, usually, for Wormhole Watch, as we've been going through Deep Space Nine. Hitman and I are the fresh-faced newbies, while Duke Devil and Adam the Renaissance Nerd are the veterans guiding us on this tour. It's been a lot of fun. And of course, I am on Static 2020's channel every Thursday night for the weekend pregame, where Static finds new ways to try and torture people with the madness and psychoticness of Clown World. It's a good time. I laugh. Sometimes I get a little pained, but considering the things that I have already seen, it almost pales in comparison. But with that, thank you all again. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Yeah, I should have known from the very beginning. From what you said. Yeah, when the mega powers were formed. Yeah, what you were out for from the very beginning. Yeah, you were after what was mine. I remember what you said.
You can destroy the Emperor. Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Yeah, that one was rough. Those words right there. Yeah, I got stuck, yeah, but I swallowed it anyway. Didn't like the taste, but I swallowed it anyway, yeah. But I remember the time when there was a conquistador out of the ring. The one that's so jealous that he can't stand it, yeah. Yeah, you came in there with your poses, yeah, but you made a big idiot out of yourself, yeah. And speaking of idiot things, what about that stupid idea? Did you forget that one? Think back. That right there sealed your fate. Yeah, that put the madness over the edge. But I'll tell you what felt even better, yeah, was in the dressing room, in the first aid room. Me being unselfish, yeah, said go ahead, do the thing, yeah. You won't steal my thunder, no. When you take a look at the madness's eyes, all you're gonna see is